Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Hey, ba-dum-bum-bum. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to Wrestle AM, half morning show, half wrestling show, all BS. All BS. You heard it here first. I am the huge one kid idiot Dave Koco from twitch.tv/KocoSports. It makes a lot more sense. Usually I say I'm from this podcast on the podcast. I noticed that in past episodes. I'm Dave from the podcast, and I'm at KocoSports everywhere. He's a raccoon at SidsLight everywhere. I didn't want to say anything, Sid, but I think you got your first hate comment. I didn't read it.
Good.
But they're like, SidsLight sucks. I was like, all right. I was on a train. By the way, if we didn't do the podcast tonight, it wasn't going to happen. I just let you be known. This podcast was almost canceled. It was the miracle of the raccoon. SidsLight.
You can say I said it.
So there you go. I don't know. I didn't read the rest. Because sometimes people say you suck for, like, good reasons. Like, he sucks. He treats people equally. Like, I didn't read the rest of the comment. It was cut off on my phone. But we'll get to it. Part two.
Care.
Part two, maybe never. So it feels good to be back. Woo! We got a lot to talk about.
Love me, hate me. I'm the reason Koco's still doing this.
That is true. That is true. If not, it would be just a channel of me going, it would, if it wasn't for SidsLight, it would be me reviewing Noah trying to make G-Man pop. That would be the channel.
Entirely. It would be nothing but Noah and an occasional New Japan review.
Yeah. That sounds about right. But yeah, I'll be going to a lot of events, so I'm super excited, super pumped up. Noah this weekend. And I'm going to try new stuff. I'm meeting a lot of new wrestling fans, friends in Japan. And, you know, I've been New Japan Noah so long that I got to expand. I got to see other stuff. Like, a wrestling fan came up to me. He's like, have you ever heard of blah, 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 blah? But no. They're like, you've lived here your whole life. I'm like, yeah, New Japan Noah. They're like, there's other companies. And they're like, what about that All Japan company? I'm like, oh, Nakajima. Yeah, but I used to be a huge All Japan fan. I'm one of those guys.
What about DDT?
I like DDT.
Do you ever go to DDT?
I've not been to DDT in a long time. Last time I've been to DDT live was when the Golden Lovers were there. But I've watched it a lot on Wrestle Universe, and I think I'm going to go to a DDT show. I'm always afraid. I'm always afraid I'm going to get kissed or butts on me or something. I don't know.
So that's a story, dude.
Yeah,
that's a story. Think about it. You could tell people. Imagine if when you went to the Golden Lovers match, if they had kissed you, you would have told the story for the rest of your life.
Maybe you're right.
About how the Golden Lovers kissed you. But you're so afraid of being kissed by wrestlers that you're not going to put yourself in the position to get kissed by them. You're missing out on stories,
I've been at DDT like co-shows. I haven't been to a DDT show in a really long time.
See,
maybe this month. I'm about to buy my tickets. Every month I try to buy all my tickets in advance because they sell out. Stupid New Japan selling out. God damn. I notice a pattern here. we'll get to something. I notice a pattern about New Japan. I don't want to go to Evil when he's in it. I like House of Torture and Evil. I don't want to go to those shows. So I don't buy tickets. So I wait for the card to come out. But if the card doesn't have Evil on it, it sells out. I wonder if that's a coincidence.
That's messed up. People really don't like Evil, do they?
Ghetto does. Oh
yeah,
and also the fans that love everything. I love everything.
Well, the AI thinks you love Ghetto, so
it's true. And they also think we're saying Ghetto like Atlantic City.
Yeah, it does. I have to fix it every time. It's like Ghetto, and I'm like, no, Ghetto. It's a D.
It's a Ghetto.
Like, no. I'm hearing Ghetto.
For the record, we have a confession here. I know some people are pro AI, anti-AI. I hang out with a lot of artist people, so they're anti-AI. I think most people outside of artists like AI. Our shorts are made by AI. So, like, if you're like, man, that didn't make any sense, bam, AI.
Well, okay, no. To be fair, AI, like, picks the spot. AI basically shows me different spots for me to go to, and then it starts with a segment, and then I try and adjust what it picked to make it work and make it into like as functional as it is. The emojis, though, it adds all those emojis.
Dude,
and it also
emojis.
Subtitles it. That's the main reason we love it, is it subtitles for us.
Can I before we get started on the show, this is the welcome section, a little bit of AM. can I say something controversial? I'm friends with artists. You're friends with artists. Okay. We both have friends that are artists. Some people are very against AI. Now, here's my unpopular opinion. If you don't have your very own IP, ain't you kind of human AI? Example, my artist friend, he draws me a Leonardo, but he's not Eastman or Laird. So ain't he human AI?
Well, no. I think more that there's a disconnect there
Okay, go
on
ahead.
where the people that are upset are versus how it's commonly used. So your example makes perfect sense for the average user of AI art. Like the average person using AI art, your example makes sense. But the problem that artists have with it is, say you're huge corporation XYZ. You
Okay,
decide, all right, my art department right now is we'll say 100 people just because it's an easy number to think about.
okay,
My art department is 100 people, but because of the way AI works, we could actually cut that down to about 20 of our senior artists, 20 of our better artists, not even senior, because they would cut if they could
yeah,
to
probably
save a little
the
cost.
cheaper artists will be the ones that
Yeah,
stay.
20 of our most cost efficient for their talent level artists we would keep, and then they cut off the other 80, and instead of those 80 they hire back like 10 much lower paid people who basically their job is to feed prompts into an AI to get ballpark ideas and images and stuff for concepts that are presented by the idea side of things. And then the actual 20 artists take those concepts from the AI and use those to make art. So those 20 artists are making their own art using the AI art basically as a reference. However, the problem that artists have is the companies cutting out swaths of art jobs in favor of just having a few interns run AI prompts.
Well, as far as Koco Sports goes, not Koco Sports Media. I got a couple companies called Koco Sports Media around the world. I wonder if they're cutting artists for AI. I own the
So
companies,
that
but I don't
makes
run
you
the
one of them.
company. But I was gonna say because Koco Sports me, you're the only artist, so you might be.
Yeah, I use both.
What if I replace you with AI? I just put a little AI raccoon down there.
You already would if you could.
If I'm smart enough to make a baby. But I'd have it be like SidsLight and the raccoons
No,
like
the
instead of
problem
us
for you is
debating it's just I go like it would be like the Tonight Show. You know how they always have that one guy that laughs and agrees on everything. Like
mm,
your go-to line, AI SidsLight would be like, "Right on, you're right. I never thought about it that way."
my security in it is that I also do all your tech shit.
That is true. Stupid AI. I,
And I'm able to communicate through whatever that barrier of communication you have sometimes is. Where it's like, I need the thing to do the thing and the thing. And I'm like, what the
well, the
fuck are
best
you
part is
talking about?
I
Like,
used
the thing.
I used
We
to
talked about it.
I used to be daily,
Yeah, god
and
damn
then
it.
we did more daily. But now that I'm going to events, helping other people with their businesses, I'm only weekly, and that's lightly saying I'm weekly. And every time I start to stream or start a podcast, someone goes, "Hey, dude, did you fix that?" Like, oh man, it's been 7 days. I forgot about that.
He doesn't tell me these, and then I'll ask him. You can ask him. I send him
Oh, he
messages being
does.
like, "Hey, what's that thing you need me
Cause
to do?"
7 days.
And I just never know what it is. I don't
Because
know what it
when you're
is.
when you're daily, when you're making content 12 to 14 hours a day, because that's what we were doing. We were making daily 12 to 14 hour a day content. Like it's instant. But if you go from that lifestyle to like 2 to 6 hours a week, your brain's like, oh, dude, that's 5 days away. Oh, that's 4 hours, 4 days away. Yeah. So, all right, that's enough. Welcome to Wrestle AM. I think you know us. Are you pro anti AI or in the mix?
Me?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pro.
Pro
Well,
anti AI.
I'm pro, but I think there absolutely need to be protections put in for workers and artists. I also think that it needs to be slowed down massively in terms of its implementation into companies and businesses until regulations can be properly thought out and planned for to protect people.
You know what
I
AI?
think right now we're steamrolling into it way too quickly on the consumer and commercial level. the developmental level going as fast as it can is great, but the laws can't keep up.
Yeah, and they probably won't.
They
Sadly.
will eventually, but the problem is how much of it will be too late to where there's tons of grandfathered in stuff, et cetera, et cetera. How much will be fought against it using that grandfathered in stuff? I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a whole nightmare. But yeah, I'm pro it. It just there need to be protections for people.
We've got it. Do you think it leads to Terminator?
No. Well, uh,
This is
I
more
don't think the
BS.
Terminator scenario is a definite thing, but I can absolutely see the plausibility of it. Of if and if because we don't have true artificial intelligence on that level right now. But if hypothetically there were a sentient AI that it was given the
Ultron.
goal of protecting Earth, basically, or whatever, I could see it absolutely seeing humans as a virus or a plague.
And I said we should make a shield around planet Earth. Thank you.
They have one. If Russia detonates the things and blows up satellites, we'll have a cool little like metal shield around Earth.
And
You
that
know,
would.
that was actually a plan at one point that was discussed if we were ever attacked by aliens, is detonating satellites in orbit so that it creates basically a shrapnel shield around the planet.
It's a good plan. Well, it would be a great gift for Mother Russia. Speaking of gifts, Heel Rock. Heel Rock gifts Cody the match. We'll finish this story. To me, I don't know. Everyone's talking about how great this storyline is. This reminds me of like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just not good. I'm not buying it. But Heel Rock, he's a bad guy, and he gives Cody a thing. And IRL, he wiggled his way onto the board. I don't know how. I don't know all the details. It says, hey, I want a Mania match. Screw Cody. We get all crazy. They're like, hell yeah, no one's talking about Vince. Not even Wrestle AM this week. They're happy. And now Rock gifts Cody. So bad guy Rock gifts Cody. Will he finish the story? Will he not? It's an interesting situation. It's face Rock screws Cody. Heel Rock gifts Cody. And it just proves my point. Heels make better friends than faces. We all know that from watching years of pro wrestling. SidsLight, what do you think about Heel Rock?
I think no matter how you look at it, whether it was planned and we were worked or whatever,
You worked, brother.
at the end of the day, when you really step back and look at it, there was no reason for The Rock to be inserted into this story. It's a self-insert, and it's just pointless. He wanted a rub. I said it before, and it's standby. He wanted the rub of saying he was part of the biggest storyline of his family's history. He wanted the rub of the bloodline.
And previously on Wrestle AM, it's one of those things where the WWE propaganda machine, if the Royal Rumble was the most successful event ever, like the propaganda says, and they made tons of money and they never made this much money ever, and then you're like, well, they need The Rock, who's not exactly doing great numbers in Hollywood these days, it doesn't make sense. It's like, it's the best we've ever done. Oh, we need, I don't know. My propaganda brain breaks.
That's the other thing is I do think from The Rock's angle, I think this whole thing for him is propaganda essentially. For lack of a better term, I can't think of a better phrase basically. But think about this: how he's responded to papers basically being like he was getting booed for blah blah blah. Is he's been like, oh well, I'm a heel character now, so the fans are supposed to boo me because I'm the bad guy. I feel like that is him long con planning to deal with the negative backlash he's got from different projects that he has created a really negative persona from, and people have started to turn on him publicly. I think this is his way of trying to make it kayfabe stuff and try and work it.
Yeah, because he's got some more serious than others. I'm not ranking this in order of seriousness.
He's pretty hated on the Furious movies, the Fast and Furious
Fast and the Furious.
Vin Diesel hates him, apparently.
Yeah, so Fast and the Furious has a problem. DC and Black Adam has a problem, even though I was Team Black Adam. Hawaii has a huge problem. Don't look into Hawaii. It is, Jesus. Just look at the other way. Hawaii has a huge problem. And then the XFL had to merge with the UFL, USFL, which I don't think is a bad thing. I mean,
No,
that's
I don't
just
think that's
survival.
bad either.
But I mean,
Yeah.
some people do see it as a bad thing, though. Some, there are people that are spinning it as a bad thing. But starting a spring football league is tough. Yeah, I agree. So, and he also was, I think he was at Daytona, or he was at a big NASCAR event. He was the flag guy, and he's wearing a big UFL jacket. I was like, this guy knows how to market. This guy knows how to market.
And that's why he got on the TKO board.
Yeah.
Think about it. His whole thing is a brand. Rocks tequila, rocks this, rocks that, rocks this. Everything he does is an ad. Like how you talked about the In and Out. Like, come on, it's all an ad. Everything is an ad.
How can you eat In and Out for the first time ever 6 times on your Instagram?
I don't know. I'm just glad he hasn't done that. Like, you know how like some celebrities are like, oh my god, I tried cereal with milk for the first time today, and it was amazing. And it's like, what the fuck? Don't lie to me and tell me you never had cereal with milk as a child, not once. And you fucking rich pampered. Come on.
Just think
nobody. You never tried cereal with milk, not once.
I think different money brackets don't live in the same world as other money brackets. It's like, I tried milk with cereal. Ooh, fancy.
Right? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Oh, man.
But then again, I mean, lobster used to be like a poor people food.
Yeah, it started off in prison. Started in prison in Maine.
Caviar is going to be a poor people food soon.
Can we
Did we just go off on complete tangents? We got to get...
But before we get back to the Rock's gift, Rock, buy him some crab. Here's my thing. In the comments, heel Rock gives Cody the main event, and I think crab. I think crab is a million times better than lobster. And it blows my mind that other people think different. Are you team crab or team lobster? Everyone's like, oh, team Cody or team Rock. Please don't look at our former CEO. Are you team Cody or Rock?
You.
Just don't look at our CEO.
Giant
are you team
rat?
Are you team crab or team lobster?
Neither. It's team. You're basically saying, are you team water spider or team water rat? I don't want to eat a rat or a spider.
Which one's the rat?
The lobster.
Oh. Yeah, well, I guess I'm a spider.
Look at the legs. Come on, you can't tell which one was the spider?
I don't know.
Fucking Marines.
I just know crab tastes good.
I'm just saying, you look at a crab, you look at a lobster, and you're like, which one's supposed to be the rat?
All right, so Team Cody, Team Cody, Team Rock, or Team Crab, Team Lobster. Out of those 4, you got to choose. It's WrestleMania weekend. You get free crab, free lobster. You can have the Rock win or have Cody win. Oh, fucking Roman Reigns is really fucking shitted on. He's like had the greatest fucking run of this decade, whatever you want to call it. And we're like, yeah, Rock and Cody. Roman's like, fuck me.
Yeah, well, I mean, because people are burnt out on him.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I wasn't burnt out on him because I only watch pay-per-views, but I got burnt out on him like as it got closer. I know it's weird. The Rock entering the picture kind of made me burn out on him quicker. I don't think the Rock kind
of burnt it out a little. The Rock hasn't helped in both instances that he's been introduced into Roman stories, but overall, I think Rock's inclusion has been good for press interaction and everything.
And it's a distraction.
Yeah. That said, I do hate the logic of he gave the match to Cody. You didn't give it to Cody.
He's such an ass guy.
Your reputation is so bad right now. If you had kept that match and Cody didn't get it, dude, fans would have turned on him so hard.
Yeah. So it's an interesting situation, and I don't know. I don't think he's helping. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I did enjoy
the Rock.
Since he started turning heel, it's been fairly entertaining.
Well, that's the one thing I have to give.
But I don't see the payoff.
The Bloodline. I got to give the Bloodline this. Unlike dun 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 dun, the Bloodline will turn heel when necessary. Which I always thought the Rock and Roman were way better than
to be fair,
the guy in between.
To be fair, I don't. From what I understand, Vince never wanted to let him go heel. He never wanted to let John Cena go heel. he didn't want Roman to go heel. Do you know that's why Roman wouldn't return for COVID and miss that period? Was he wouldn't come back because he wouldn't wanted to go heel?
Really?
Yeah. So basically, the only way he got to go heel was basically refusing to work.
Well, that's because
Essentially,
Vince just wants Hulk Hogan. Let's be honest.
yeah.
Vince just wants Hulk Hogan.
But my point is, I think it's unfair to fully hold it against John Cena for never going heel.
Here's my
not
thing.
really his choice.
How many times John Cena and Vince McMahon probably worked together, what, 10, 20 years? Let's say 10 plus years.
What did John Cena know?
No. Yeah. Hey, he's a good guy. Don't worry. Big number. Make you feel good. Here's my thing. How often do you think he was going over the show and accidentally called him Hogan or Hulk? Like, come here, Hulk. You're going to beat NXT tonight. You're going to beat the Nexus, Hulk.
Think you ever called him Luger?
No. He wants to delete Luger from his mind.
He's like, come here, Lex.
The Lex Express.
He's like, oh, don't bring up that name.
Dude, if we had time, as a retired guy, if we had time, let's rewatch all of Lex Express and see how it aged. Like, is it like WCW where it's not as bad as people made it out to be? Or is it just like, oh yeah, this is the fucking drizzling shits?
I remember Lex Luger being cool as a kid.
Yeah. He was part of the Four Horsemen. He had to,
like, I don't know. I don't know what I missed as a kid that everyone else saw that made everyone hate Lex Luger, but I never understood why everyone turned on Lex Luger. I was like, Lex Luger was cool from what I remember.
Yeah, but I think that was WCW Lex Luger. I don't know about WWE.
Is that what it is? Is that I just never really watched WWE Lex Luger, so I didn't know.
Well, let's go off memory. No. You're actually messed up, Koco. 17 minutes of talking to your friend about pro wrestling. This is what I remember. An old beat-up, punch-drunk Marine. Lex Luger came. He was supposed to be like this Mr. America guy. Because first he was looking in a mirror, and he was like conceited. And then Vince wanted to make him into Mr. USA and the next Hulk Hogan. And then they put him on a bus, and he went from town to town flexing and taking pictures. And then he body slammed Yokozuna on a Navy ship. And then he started wrestling, and no one gave a fuck, and Vince gave up. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember from 57 years ago.
I've heard the story that he had talked about something that he basically was caught talking at a bar about something he wasn't supposed to, and because of that, Vince wanted him buried.
Like we've come a long way from that and now Twitter.
Yeah,
times have changed.
Now he could have a podcast.
He could. Anyone could have a podcast. Start your podcast.
Actually, I think
today.
It was that he was gonna beat Yokozuna or something. It was like a finish he wasn't supposed to talk about.
Maybe. All right, here we go. Scrolling down. Next, give me a little time to cook here, okay? Smell what the Koco is cooking.
God. Hold on, before he starts, I want to point out I didn't want this to be a topic.
Oh, it's a topic.
He wouldn't tell me what the details were.
All right, let me give you the details.
I'm in. Yeah, I want them to know.
Because you're very pro Deadpool and very anti Rock. So when you heard the headline, you were a little worried.
Yeah.
All right, here's the headline: Rock is WWE's Deadpool. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, Deadpool, effing hilarious. Rock hilarious. We'll do the pros. Rock hilarious. Deadpool hilarious. We're saying prime Rock, prime Deadpool. Hilarious. Okay? Both of them come back to save a company. Both of them come back to save a company. WWE needs help, a PR problem, bam, there's The Rock. Phase 4 and Phase 5, absolutely garbage. What about that? There's a couple good shows. But 90% of it was garbage. Then, Deadpool is Marvel Jesus. WWE Jesus, okay? Now, here it comes. If you like pro wrestling or WWE, there's a difference. If you like WWE and The Rock, that's cool. If you love comic books and Deadpool, that's cool. But I feel The Rock and Deadpool have a lot of fans because they like making fun of fans. Like, a lot of people that like Deadpool would never watch Marvel. A lot of people that would like to watch The Rock don't actually like WWE. And you see this with a lot of fans, that they're a part of a fan base that actually hates the product.
I see where you're going with, but I think you can apply that broader, because I think what people love is the funny, smart-ass kind of character. Think about this. Think about the Spider-Mans, okay? We both love Spider-Man, right?
Of course.
Both of us love Spider-Man. Can't deny Spider-Man's funny dude.
Well, I might get Miles Morales on my other leg. Would that be cool? Get a little Peter and a little Miles?
We both agree. One of the best, I think we both agree, the best of all the Spider-Man actors at being the witty, funny Spider-Man, Andy Garfield, right?
Yeah, he's in the suit, yes. In suit, yes.
Yeah, Andy Garfield in the suit was the best at being that smart-ass Spider-Man that we love, which is very similar to like Deadpool or The Rock. It's not that people love the thing that shits on it. I think it's just people like... Look at who were our what was our favorite thing about action heroes from the 90s? What was our favorite thing about the action heroes? What do we love the most?
Big guns, big muscles, and one-liners.
One-liners. That's it, baby. And people like the funny, smart-ass shit. And that's what Deadpool and Spider-Man and The Rock focused on. Like Deadpool and Spider-Man, that's what they did, was quips and one-liners and zingers the whole time they're doing shit.
But here's the thing.
It's not that people like... I don't think people like the characters because they're shitting on stuff. I think they just like the characters because they're shitting on everyone.
I agree somewhat. I'm not putting Spider-Man in this because I think Spider-Man... Here's an example.
Oh, so you want to throw my favorite, but your favorite's immune. Okay.
No, because like Spider-Man doesn't break the fourth wall. Spider-Man doesn't make fun of comic book readers. Spider-Man, like... Deadpool's a little different because he can break that fourth wall and he can make fun of the readers. He can make fun of comic book movies. Where Spider-Man doesn't have that ability. And in pro wrestling, The Rock does have that ability. To break the fourth wall, it gives you some advantages. And here's the thing. Deadpool right now, when Marvel's at its lowest, it's not at its lowest. This fucking guy is Sid. Who let him in? When Marvel has hit its fucking lowest, we need Deadpool.
I would say this isn't Marvel's lowest.
This is
Disney Marvel's lowest.
MCU's lowest.
Yeah.
Deadpool, we need you to save him. But during phases 1 through 3, we didn't need Deadpool and Thanos because he would take away from how special it is. And The Rock is Deadpool in Endgame. It's WrestleMania. We don't need The Rock. Just like in Deadpool, we didn't need him in Endgame. Now, when everything fucking sucks, that's when you bring out Deadpool. When everything sucks, that's when you bring out The Rock. Rock is WWE's Deadpool. Plus 10 for Koco.
I don't think plus 10 for Koco. I think that's a hell of a stretch. I think you went real far trying to just say The Rock is not WWE's Deadpool. He's not good enough to be Deadpool. I refuse to allow this.
In the comments, Rock, Deadpool or not? And then who is The Rock? Cable? Remember Cable?
Hey, random guy who commented saying you hate me. Who do you hate more now? Huh? Who is it now? Is it still me? I'm just checking.
All right, good. All right, moving down is Drew McIntyre, according to reports, according to the internet machine that has never been wrong, is he's coming up on being a free agent. He might just be tickling the balls a little bit for storylines. He might be this little kayfabe shoot, but if Drew McIntyre is done, because A, he's amazing. He's an amazing wrestler. He's an amazing sports entertainer. There is a difference. If Drew McIntyre is just going to walk away, he walked away before. Well, he was kind of forced to walk away, but he walked away before. Hear me out on this one. Drew McIntyre in the G1, then returns to WWE. There, I said it. I said it. I want it to happen. Make it happen, Raccoon. Do you
I
think
do
he's
like the
leaving?
idea. I I so all right. Fantasy book me. There's things I would love to see him do. Realistic me, I don't see why he would leave. Think about where he is on the card. Like, yeah, he doesn't have the main title, but he's undeniably in the main event, consistently a main eventer in WWE, which is whether you love WWE or not, in the wrestling world, it is the top. I could see him wanting to get paid a lot more and going to the bank, but I don't see him going anywhere else and elevating himself higher than he already is.
Yeah. And when it comes to WWE and pro wrestling, there are pro wrestlers that will never make it in WWE, and there's WWE superstars that will never make it outside of WWE. It's just it's just enough. There's a big enough difference that it's two different talents, and very few have both. And I think Drew McIntyre has both.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely think Drew can do both. Like I don't think he would do it, but I would love to see Drew McIntyre do the G1 and go for a round in Noah
Oh,
because he
that'd be
likes
hot.
working stiff.
Oh
For
yeah,
the
yeah.
same reasons, I
Strong
would
style.
love to see Sheamus do the exact same thing
Yeah, it would be
because
great.
I know they would put on amazing matches.
Just
I mean,
send
look at if you don't think so, then all I can say for anyone, if you
Mania.
like strong style, go watch that Mania match with those two and Gunther. That was Mania, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, go watch that triple threat. Tell me those guys wouldn't be just fine in Noah.
and they also had a match. I think just him and Sheamus. My favorite thing about it was when him and Sheamus were beating the fuck out of each other, and
Mm.
everyone was cheering for it and going crazy. I was like, "You love strong style." If only people knew what they loved instead of worshiping a corporation. Well, the good thing is Drew McIntyre is on a small list that could be a sports entertainer or a pro wrestler. And who knows?
I
Just
think the fact
take a
he
little
could go
summer break.
anywhere, the fact he could go anywhere and he would undeniably be one of the best wrestlers on their roster on mic and in the ring and in appearance, presentation, everything. He has everything. If it's undeniable he's an asset anywhere he goes, which will help him get more money with WWE. But I also think at the same point, if he tries to hold out too much, WWE can very easily be like, "What more do you want, dude? We have you. You're easily one of our top 10 male wrestlers." I would argue he's in the top
Oh
tier
yeah,
of
yeah.
their talent in terms of how they book you and how they treat you in kayfabe and the opportunities you get. He's undeniably, I would say, their top heel with Seth Rollins and Roman.
Yeah, he's definitely top talent. And on that, but if CM Punk ever gets healthy, they got a good feud cooking and good storyline
Hmm.
cooking. And the best part is if when CM Punk if slash when CM Punk returns, you have all those clips in the can. You got all those clips in the can to build up a storyline right away. So
Could you imagine if Drew started having requesting Punk to do commentary on his pay-per-view matches and then doing the go to sleep on people?
oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. And then shouting out
Could you
saying that's
imagine
for
if he
Kenta.
yelled, "You stole it, I stole it"?
Oh, that would be awesome. Oh.
Or if he accused him of stealing it, he could just be like, "I stole it, you stole it."
Well, on Twitter, and Twitter's never been wrong, there's a lot of talk about CM Punk doing commentary because he can talk.
Yeah, I've heard rumors of CM Punk doing commentary and Big E, and I think if Big E can be around it right now, like because when wrestlers lose the ability to wrestle, it's like Daniel Bryan didn't want to be around it when he thought he couldn't wrestle for a while. Like you get it, it's a mental thing. They don't want to be around something they can't do that they love because it hurts them.
Yeah.
If he's not in that state where he can be around it and love it, man, I would love to see Big E and CM Punk both on commentary. I mean, one of my favorite wrestling memories of all time, like clips that have stuck with me forever, is CM Punk and Triple H doing the like. Remember when like they were? I don't remember what the reason was or anything, But remember, there were no talent there for whatever reason, and Triple H is like, well, the show's going to go on anyways. Blah, blah, and he's going out there and he's going to do it. And then CM Punk comes out and he does commentary and he wears Triple H's jacket.
Yeah, that was good. That was a fun time. That was really
Yeah, it was
fun.
it was super fun. It was hilarious, and it's one of my favorite wrestling memories.
Yeah, and it's sad because like that storyline went nowhere.
Yeah,
like it was fixed like in a week, right?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I remember like it was like, oh my god, are they gonna go on strike? And boom, out of nowhere. It's like, nope, problem solved. Problem staying solved. Don't worry about it. So WWE pay Drew. Speaking of paying people, WWE Pay Your Mone. According to Cultaholic via Twitter, Mercedes never asked WWE to pay her more than the other stars. She just asked for more than what she was paid when she was in WWE previously. She was being paid less than Ronda, Charlotte, Carmella, Nia Jax, and Liv Morgan when she was in WWE. That is insane because they're painting her as being really greedy. Now, some of these women, it like makes sense. Some of the women, it makes sense. But what were you gonna say, sir?
I was gonna say, like, I know some of those women. I can see they're very popular. They're very, very talented. I can see all the way up until we get the Nia Jax. Carmella and Liv Morgan are hard arguments for me. I don't think they should be paid more than Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, personally, because I think she should be one of the most highest paid women in wrestling, based off her fan following is massive. She has a crazy loyal fan base that is super into her, like not Swifty level, but that kind of a fan base where they're very, very for her. And that's power. That's power, I think, for a wrestler.
Yeah.
You take into that she's also a fantastic wrestler with good look and presentation. I don't see how she's not making as much as Charlotte. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Nia Jax making more than her?
That's insane.
I don't know who in the world can look at Nia Jax and Sasha Banks' wrestling, et cetera, their mic work, their presentation, everything, and be like, yeah, I can see why this person's paid more than her. There's no world.
I'm going to break this down just by the list of what they have. Ronda, I know this is going to be unpopular with pro wrestling fans, WWE fans. She is an MMA pioneer. She is insanely popular, and it's kind of like different but the same, like Jake Paul or whatever Paul we have.
She's the same as like some people won't understand because they didn't watch. You and I are not anymore, but we used to be very big into MMA.
Yeah.
Ronda is a female Brock Lesnar, essentially. Like, why she was getting paid that much more is the same reason Brock was. It's that same level of, she had that level of star power from the MMA scene.
Yeah.
Like, I get she lost at the end and everything, and she got some bad press, but there was undeniable. Ronda was a huge star.
Yeah. And next you have Charlotte. Charlotte's a hard debate because there's a part of me, it's like, well, Charlotte has a better track record, but she was also the chosen one.
Yeah.
So Charlotte's a little tough. Like, I think she should get paid the same as Charlotte. At least her agent should be going. Like, I think her and Charlotte should be in the same boat. The only thing that Charlotte has going for her is family, but you got Ric Flair and Snoop Dogg, so they both have famous people in her family. And on top of that, Charlotte has been given way more opportunities than Mercedes Moné, in my opinion. So I think they should be paid the same. At least if I was the agent, I'd be pushing for that. But I understand why Charlotte. Yeah. Carmella, there's no way she should be paid higher.
I agree on
Nia Jax, impossible. And Liv Morgan, I would say no. But
I would say no too, but she's crazy popular is the only thing.
She's crazy popular and she's crazy hot. And I think some, like, you know how some TNA fans and Impact fans rub you the wrong way? I don't think I've met someone that brags about how hot Liv Morgan is that I've actually liked. Usually if it's like in a Twitch chat or meeting someone or talking online, and they're like, Liv Morgan's so hot. It's the type of guy that you don't want to meet your daughter. You don't want to fucking stand next to. I'm just saying Liv Morgan probably has some of the shittiest fans.
I wouldn't doubt it. But
I've never met anyone that's like, no, here's the thing. If you like a bunch of girls in Liv Morgan, then you're not here. But you know those hardcore Liv Morgan fans? Yeah, dude, I don't know. They shouldn't be allowed around schools. I'm just saying, I don't know. I meet tons of pro wrestling fans online and offline. And if you're very pro Liv Morgan and nothing else, you're usually a piece of shit. I know that's not popular to say, and I might be offending you. And if you are, just be a fan of something else. Be like, I love Liv Morgan and Charlotte. You're safe. But if you only love Liv Morgan, you're probably a piece of shit. At least from the hundreds
Don't
of
worry,
fans
perverts.
Yeah.
Perverts, I got you. Tell them you love Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley.
Then you're fine. Then you're fine. You pass the fucking check. But anyone that's like, oh yeah, like here's the thing, especially like on social media, or you meet someone like, oh, Liv Morgan's so hot, and then you're always like, is she a good wrestler? What else do you like about her? And then you're just like, oh, you're just a fucking horrible human being that's a pervert. So, I don't know. I think Mercedes Moné should be paid higher than Liv Morgan, but I also think she has some of the worst fans. Even though Mercedes Moné fans are a little over the top, but I don't feel they're as perverted as Mercedes Moné is a god. Like, oh my god, she does nothing wrong. She just tripped on ice. Impossible.
I think it's just.
But you also have the other ones that
the boss persona.
And also, I think a lot of people love and hate Mercedes Moné too much. I don't think there's a lot of people on there being fair, but she is great, and I think she should get paid as much as Charlotte. And if WWE says, "Oh, you get paid a little bit more than Charlotte because we hand selected her," feels kind of dick, but that's what they.
So here's my where I'm at on. Ronda is the only one on that list I could see getting paid more than her. But at this point, at the point we're looking at in time when Sasha walked away from WWE, if we're looking at that point in time, Sasha deserves to be paid as much as Ronda at that point.
Yeah, because she was so over.
She deserves more than Charlotte. Not only is she super over in the WWE universe, she's super over outside the WWE universe.
Yeah.
If we go off connections, Snoop Dogg plus multiple R&B artists are not just friends, family connections with her. I mean,
and she's in movies and stuff too.
But still, yeah. But she's also Star Wars, Mandalorian. She's got her own brand and everything. She's massive outside of wrestling. She's big. She is one of the people that you could be looking at as going more mainstream, similar to Rhea and everything. There are wrestlers out there that you have that can potentially branch out and start to do the Hulk Hogan type thing, which is good for wrestling. It puts wrestling in a great light. And I don't see, to me, Sasha, with everything she brings to the table and how talented she is in a ring and on the mic, I don't see how she's not worth as much as Ronda at that point.
I mean, it's a good pitch. It's a good pitch. I see your point. I just don't think
because look at that.
Timing wise, I agree. Yeah.
Look at the point in time of where she's walking away from the company. If that's the expectation, look at what Ronda is at that point in time. At that point in time, Ronda has largely destroyed her reputation in the wrestling world.
And MMA fans started turning on her too.
MMA world.
Yeah.
And she has no acting reputation really because all she did was bad acting movies. You know, she was bad acting in those movies. She was not a good part of it. So she doesn't bring anything new to the table at that point. So I see that argument. Charlotte, at that point in time where we're looking at it, if we go off family connection, if we go off wrestling ability, Sasha and Charlotte, I don't think you can argue one's much better than the other. I think they're in the same category of great women wrestler.
They're both great, but they do different styles. So if you like one over the other, you might like that style more.
Yeah. I think that's totally fair. Charlotte can work a great Bret Hart style technical match where she works an injury and everything, and it's phenomenal. Sasha, however, can sell like $1 million. It's that baby face taking the beating or whatever and come back and it's $1 million, which is a great talent to have in wrestling and very rare. Like, I mean, it's part of why people love Darby Allin. But when you look at the family connection on Charlotte versus Sasha, at that point in time, Ric Flair's in the dumpster now. He was already in the dumpster at that point, and he had stayed in the dumpster since then. AEW is the only one that's taken him out of the dumpster. And everybody looked at AEW going, why are you in the dumpster? So I feel like Charlotte family connection at that point definitely loses because Snoop Dogg's connection only goes higher. With time, Snoop Dogg only grows more beloved with people.
Yeah.
So that's a massive connection to have.
I don't think I've ever
And
met
he
anyone
loves
that doesn't
wrestling.
like Snoop Dogg, and I'm not even into music.
No. Because people love Snoop Dogg who don't even like his music. They just like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Because he's been in so many things. He does cameos all the time. And he's a genuine wrestling fan who shows up to wrestling shit.
And he saved the
will
Mania
do
match.
Mania. Yeah. And he had the best moment of that. It was great. So I think when you look at the family connection, Sasha wins out at that point too. And then you look at outside wrestling, what do they bring to the table? Charlotte Flair. I like Charlotte, but if we're looking at it as in terms of their brand image and what they bring to wrestling and in a contract negotiation type aspect, Sasha beats her by fucking miles. Like, it's not even close in terms of their brand power that they carry as an individual. And I think Sasha, the longer she's out of WWE, the more she's going to prove that.
Yeah, and I just want to add one more thing before we go to the next topic. We talked about this last topic. She kind of is what we talked about earlier with Drew McIntyre. She's the one that can work a pro wrestling style and a sports entertainment style. She like we said earlier, a lot of pro wrestlers can't make it in WWE, and a lot of WWE superstars can't make it in pro wrestling. And she's one of those that can make it in both. So
I will say, I think Charlotte would absolutely perform well in any women's wrestling matches. I think she would put on banger matches all the time. But if you look outside, if you take Charlotte or any of those other wrestlers on that list and you put them in the Mercedes Moné spot in Japan when she left, no one else gets the number of eyes on the product that Mercedes does or comes close to it. No one.
You might be right. I mean, Ronda and Charlotte would be the only ones that debate, but you just talked about that, so we're just repeating ourselves. But yeah. So yeah. So WWE, Pay Your Mone. We love Monet, not as much as Will Ospreay loves Tony Khan. Will Ospreay had his last match in the UK. I'm gonna watch it. A lot of my pro wrestling friends are saying it's amazing, but the big thing that's making news is Will Ospreay gave a speech about how awesome Tony Khan is. I'm just reading this off the Wrestling Observer. At the time, Tony asked what I was interested in doing next in my career. I said my focus was on Japan, and he respected that. I also remember how he respected how I felt. I also mentioned that night was the only singles match I've ever wrestled against Pac. That's something I want to throw out there so we can run it back and put it between us. Dude, I think Pac is one of those guys that maybe it's injuries, maybe the roster's too big. I want to see more of Pac. That's me speaking, not Will Ospreay.
I know part of it was like he was stuck in Europe for a little bit. I think it was visa, something like that, where he was stuck over there for a while. But I don't know what's happened overall because even Death Triangle was great. I love Pac. I think Pac is one of the best wrestlers out there. Is he great on the mic? No. But, dude, can he brood like anybody's business? Oh, yeah. That dude's brooding look is top tier.
And me and Sid were very lucky to see him in Dragon Gate before he hit the North American scene.
Mm-hmm. Back when we had Dragon Gate. Think back. Oh, man. Dragon Gate had so much talent back then.
I got to start going to Dragon Gate more. I went to Dragon Gate in Yokohama.
Ricochet.
Yeah. It was good times.
Now they're all slow in WWE.
Apollo Crews. I don't even... Moving on, back to Will. People need to remember this. Since then, I've built a trust and respect with Tony. That's very important to me. When Tony had me work for AEW, like I did this summer at All In at Wembley Stadium, he didn't have to do that. He trusted me. That meant the world to me. Now that I'm coming to AEW, I trust in him with the aura of Will Ospreay and the character of Will Ospreay. Tony Khan has genuinely changed my life. In return, I'm going to deliver the best matches I can. Thank you. That's all I want. I just want to see Will Ospreay all the time. I want a healthy
Yeah.
Kenny, a healthy Ibushi, Will Ospreay. Dude, I just want New Japan back. Give me a healthy New Japan. No one tells you it's the golden ages when it's happening.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Those ages are gone.
Oh, remember that, dude?
Now
Remember
you get Jack Perry.
Dude, we had AJ Styles.
Now you've got Finley's
Kenny.
son.
Oh, Jesus. Dude, Finley's son had
Do you ever think about the legacy of Bullet Club and how great it is, and then look at Finley's son and go, how far we've
you
fallen?
got Finn Balor? Fuck yeah. AJ Styles? Hell yeah. Kenny Omega? God yes. Jay White, who, if you weren't a gaijin, didn't have the best run until he improved. Now, what's so funny? Everyone's like, dude, he improved so much in Japan. But gaijins were like, he was always good. And now we have David Finlay, which a lot of gaijins are happy because he had a good 5-on-5 match with Will Ospreay in it. It's like,
you know what?
Bitch, show up to the G1.
You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
The Bullet Club's basically like one of those like designer dogs that they've been inbreeding them over and over to try and keep the perfect look. But now that it's gotten to Finley, it's like a pug, and we got to put it down. It's got breathing problems. It's got health problems. It's an abomination. Everybody loves them, but we're like, guys, come on. This thing's life is miserable because it shouldn't exist like this. We got to un-inbreed these. And Finley's son's sitting there like, I'm going to be a champion one day.
I'm a rebel.
Yeah.
Your house of torture with white people. That's what you are.
God, I hope Nick Nemeth fucking puts on a banger against him.
Poor Dolph Ziggler. We'll be talking about him in a second.
I'm here to show the world. Let me. Is that the guy? I thought you guys had good wrestlers here.
So
everybody's been telling me, go to New Japan, Dolph. Go to New Japan, and here I am, David Finlay.
We're gonna talk about that in 2 segments.
I'm sorry. I think about David Finlay, and then I think about how horrible life is around David Finlay.
You're supposed to know the segment schedule.
No, I told you I didn't want to know today because we set it up yesterday and I forgot it.
I just want you to know that in 2 segments we have Nemeth sink or swim.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get to it then. What are we on now?
Ospreay loves Tony. And
yeah, that's right.
Tony, as long as he stops trying to be WWE and tries to be an alternative, listen, people are going to love corporations no matter what. You can't save them. They're a waste of time. Don't bother. Make a product that's different that you love. And with Will Ospreay, that could happen. And I know Tony gets a lot of hate from WWE fans, but outside of a few booking mistakes here and there, pretty goddamn good. I don't know. I enjoy AEW.
I think whether you hate AEW or not, you have to acknowledge Tony Khan has done incredible things for the world of wrestling. Tony Khan came here with money he didn't have to bring and started a promotion he didn't have to start. Would that promotion probably have started without him? There's a chance, maybe. Do I think so? No. Would it have ended up as good as it is? I don't think so. I think it would have been best.
It would have been like an ECW ROH.
Yeah. It would have been like a small indie at best. This man has created tons of jobs. He has done one of the best jobs that we've ever seen in wrestling of taking care of wrestlers' families when bad shit happens to the wrestler. He's taking care of people incredibly. He has done so much good shit for wrestling and has even been screwed over to do the right thing for people like Steven Regal from stories that are out there. He's done the right thing on multiple times for the wrestlers. He's great for wrestling. Love him, hate him, he's great for wrestling.
And here's the thing, like even people that are anti-AEW, people that used to say, well, WWE is the best because they have the most money and get the most talent, now are saying, oh no, the wrestlers making $20K at NXT, they're better off there. It's like, it's insane. Like, I don't know. I always find it funny that you want wrestlers to get paid, and then as soon as there's a second company that threatens that and could raise pay, you're like, oh, this is bullshit. It's just like, here's the thing. It's okay to say you like one company and go about your day. I do it with Marvel and DC. Watch, let me show you. I love Marvel. What about DC? I don't watch it as much. That's the end of the conversation. You don't have to fucking, I don't have to be like, do you fucking know in Batman issue 176, Batman's dick is drawn on his elbow? Oh, it's like, dude, no. Enjoy what you enjoy. But I think everyone needs a bad guy. And Tony has been a bad guy for a lot of people, which to me makes no sense because the stuff that, before Tony existed, you wanted what Tony brought. And now that Tony's here, you're like, oh, this is bullshit. I can't believe he's a money mark.
While I do think he's a great asset to wrestling, there are aspects I hate about his existence in wrestling.
Oh, big
Well,
announcements.
undeniably, I think it's great he's gotten all the money for people and everything. There are a lot of things he does that I hate. Big announcements, can't stand it. Anytime he says big announcement now, it's just a meme. I think he knows it's a meme and leans into it now. But I
here's
still
my
hate
thing.
it.
I wonder if he gets higher ratings.
Well, they've confirmed that he does. Part of why he does the basically tweeting bullshit out and harassing and being obnoxious on Twitter is to get interactions on his posts so that he can then post that he's going to announce stuff on Dynamite or whatever so that people see his Twitter. He's basically farming engagement to then post announcements.
That's one thing I hate about the algorithm and social media now. Like, I just want genuine voices. The algorithm has helped so many people make money, and that's a good thing. But the algorithm has also taken away from genuine voices. Like, I'm just going to say random shit. Eggs can make you fly if you scramble them and eat them. And then we'll get some stupid interaction. It's like, oh God, I hate my life. But Will Ospreay, alternative, and be an alternative, Tony, you son of a goose.
I think, honestly, there are things to steal from WWE that I do think they should steal. Like TNA should steal it too, like the lighting. Because, all right, listen, I know wrestling fans, some of you out there are like, no, I like the dark lighting. If you're looking at trying to get wrestling to get more fans and viewers, I'm sorry, there's a reason WWE's that bright. It's because it makes it look more professional, more clean, more modern, which is what newer people expect out of modern products. That's how it is. Look how sports are presented now.
And it attracts your eyes. Same thing with casino. Like, it's a marketing ploy. There's a reason. The only time you want to adjust the lights is if the arena's empty. But WWE production and marketing is effing fantastic. That's
the only thing they do with their visual that I hate. Well, they stopped one of them. They didn't use the LED screens on the side of the ring lately. And if they keep not doing that, it'll be a low pop for me because I hate those things. I think I hate them. I like the classic ring sides where they can go under them and stuff. I just do. It's my preference. But the other thing is that I hate, and I don't know if they'll ever stop it, those big, stupid CGI holograms. I fucking hate those things.
I hate them, but I also love them.
I hate them.
I have like a love-hate relationship with them.
They're so cheesy.
It's so cheesy, but I love it.
The only one I love
here's the thing too, like that to me is like WWE exclusive. Like, I think if another company did it would be cheesy as fuck. But WWE, I'm like, all right, fuck it, nice.
Yeah, that's their weird gimmick. If you stole that, it would be weird.
Yeah. It's almost like stealing JR for no fucking reason at all.
Well, come on. You had to get JR so that you could get WWE fans that would have had lapsed, and you had to get Shivani so you could get WCW fans that had lapsed.
I can't believe you compared Mr. Shivani to Ross. Ha! Tui!
I mean, if you argue the length of their careers, how great they were as announcers at their peaks,
and the face of the companies.
Yeah, they're undeniably they're pretty on par in terms of fan eyes, I think.
That's true.
Just one of them is a much better commentator now.
One thing okay. I was gonna do a segue.
I was gonna say, but if you had to have him in a sit-down interview segment you recorded, you can't tell me JR's not the best in the business at that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Come on, JR.
I do not have a strong opinion either way.
really, I love the JR sit down.
See, that's a genuine. That's not a Twitter
like-
reaction. Hold on, should I be Twitter for interaction? I
No.
disagree. Everything like. I want to get the guys, the neutral guys from Futurama. I do not have a strong opinion about this either way. You're like, thanks, Koco.
I'm excited for all of this. I think Ospreay going there is going to be fun. But dude, can we be honest?
Ospreay.
What AEW's got to start firing people at some point, right? Like you have you have so many top tier guys now that are like absurdly high tier. You could book a weekly show every week using just the most absurdly talented guys, and you have those guys.
Yeah. It's almost like you didn't need Edge. According to source, real person, that AEW's policy, unless you're a real dick, is they just let contracts run out and not renew them. That's like kind of their policy.
Which is fair, I guess. It's kind of shitty, but it's not the worst way.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. In real television, real radio, and real sports, the company doesn't have all the power. You have to fill out the contracts. That's why
that's true.
It's so weird. It's like I hate Tony, but like he's making it more professional. You know what I mean? So
him and eventually if Freddie Prinze actually ends up doing his own promotion, I think
he's
between the two of them it'll be great for wrestlers' rights.
Yeah. All right, and also yeah.
Nah, it's not a segment, but man.
All right, go ahead. Feel free. Add it on. It's SidsLight time.
What if Freddie Prinze gets in touch with Scott D'Amore now?
Ooh, not too bad.
And they do a promotion together. That could actually be a match made in heaven.
Wouldn't it be bad? I don't know. Scott D'Amore is the hot free agent. When's the last time there's been a booking hot free agent? Maybe Paul Heyman?
Paul Heyman, I'd say, is the last one.
Yeah. Well, not even book, but like behind the scenes running shit. Yeah. Paul Heyman.
Just Paul Heyman's. I think Paul Heyman was the last huge booking free agent.
Yeah. I mean, there's been others.
If he became free now, I have to imagine you try to get him immediately still.
Yeah. Because you had the Ring of Honor guy that was passed around. I'm trying to think. Ron Nemi, but MLW.
Rossi.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know if he's
then
a
again,
free
he
agent
knows where he's going because he's going to make his own thing.
That's more of a Pro Wrestling Noah thing. All right, so some people love Tony. We love Tony. Ospreay loves Tony. But one thing we hate about Tony, international title finally goes overseas. Farther than fucking Winnipeg. Woo! This is the greatest day of my life. Why has the TNT title been all over the fucking world and the international title finally fucking went overseas? I want that goddamn... Put the title on Takeshita and have him travel everywhere. Put the title on Pentagon Jr. and have him travel everywhere. I love Orange Cassidy. You love Orange Cassidy. Give him the fucking... Oh, Chris Jericho has the TNT title. Not Christian Jericho, Christian Cage. I don't know. I'm not going to shut up Christian Cage. But I'm just saying, Orange Cassidy, if you're a fucking international champion, go overseas. Dude, the international championship didn't even go on the all-in card.
I think the international championship definitely needs to be defended. We've said it before. You had the belts backwards on the wrestlers. You really did. You had them backwards.
The TNT,
one of the guys,
TNT title went overseas more than the international title did. And for the longest time, Winnipeg's the farthest it went. I'm sorry, that's not an international title. That's not even a fucking North American title. How the fuck that? How's that the title not gone to Mexico? How's the title not gone to Mexico? How?
Yeah.
How, Tony? How?
Or Japan.
I know. Fucking jerks.
Or Japan. Like, honestly, you know what would be cool?
Yeah.
Take it, don't get me wrong, I love Orange Cassidy. But put it on someone that we know is going to do a ton of traveling, like Takeshita, who's on his fucking Young Lion excursion. Put it on Takeshita and let him fucking go around just smashing ass all over.
Yeah, DDT, bring it down. Oh, it'd be awesome. Because the international title wouldn't be bad for a healthy Kenny Omega. Because
No.
he's going to travel everywhere anyway.
Honestly,
So.
I think the international title would
Takashita
be.
Pentagon.
I think it would be best used, honestly, on someone that's traveling a lot, that's going to other promotions or wrestling in other promotions a lot, as your
Moxley?
belt that they take around and tour with. You know what I mean?
Like,
Because that.
who do you think has the most miles? Maybe Moxley, right? Moxley's almost
I mean,
everywhere.
Moxley, but you don't want to. I don't
He's
think you
kind of
want to
maybe
put
too
that.
big of a star for a B
He's
tier
too big
title.
to put that on. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think you put that on him.
I think
I
Takashita,
think international. It's
one of
it's
the
got to be
luchadors.
someone you want to elevate.
You don't want to elevate Takashita?
Well, no, I think Takashita's. I mean, he was my example.
Okay.
Takeshita.
Oh man.
I think he would be my first choice for it. But there are a bunch of people though that I think would be great for it.
Yeah. And just travel around, see it.
And
There is on Japanese Twitter. Take it for what you will. There's talks about doing an AEW show in Japan. None of these sources have been confirmed, but I like to tickle your balls with false information from overseas.
Do you think? Wow, you know what I just realized?
What's that?
Hear me out. What if Okada? I mean, Ospreay could do it too, but I think Okada it's more exciting right now because of the potential of what it could mean. What if Okada shows up and challenges basically for the international title right out of the gate?
And
And
he's the one that travels?
then he travels around doing basically a big travel around thing with the belt before he fucking starts full timing in AEW. They have him go around, travel, do a bunch of matches he wants to do, and
Rainmaker World
he
Tour?
does it with that match. Wouldn't
That's
that be
hot.
sick?
That's fucking hot as fuck. Give yourself
It would
two Barry
elevate your
Horowitzes.
intercontinental title massively. It would also get it around. It would let Okada show everyone where he's with now and get all eyes on that. It would be such a good use.
I like it. I like it a
And
lot.
Okada could go around and wrestle dream matches with tons of different Fed people that he wants.
Yeah. Well, former Fed people, I don't think.
Well, I don't mean like WWE the Fed. I just mean like different wrestling federations.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. My bad.
Do you know,
And you could even
do you know
you could even have Ospreay versus Okada at a Rev Pro show as
hot.
another defense of it.
That'd be hot as fuck. I don't know. That's a lot
Or
of
at
money.
Wembley.
For
Wembley?
Oh,
Okada
yeah.
versus Ospreay international title at Wembley?
Dude, I might have to travel. Get the old passport ready. Gonna travel, boys.
Okada, Ospreay, Kenny Omega, triple threat. The three O's, the ooh.
It would be absolutely amazing.
You'd 100% travel for that, wouldn't you? If
Probably.
it was Ospreay, Omega,
Well, I'm more of
Okada
a 1v1
at
guy.
Wembley.
I mean, I would go because it's so epic. But to be honest, 1v1 matches interest me so much more than anything else.
They are usually more exciting when done great.
Yeah. But you know what? I'd still go overseas. I'd be like, we're here. So there you go. Also, before we switch topics, do you know there's young people that hate when you call WWF the Fed or WWE the Fed? I think it's a weird thing to hate. I don't know.
It's just an old slang.
Yeah, it's weird. Young people, you're fucking weird.
All people are weird.
Maybe. I think we've become the olds.
No, I think everybody's weird, dude.
Yeah,
everybody's weird.
Right.
I'm weird. You're weird. How many times have you eaten spaghetti this month?
Dude, I don't want to talk about it, dude. 90% of my diet is spaghetti.
You're weird.
Let me tell you something.
Weird.
Before we go to the next thing. All right, this might be into BS. I eat spaghetti probably more than an infant does. Remember when they had the spaghetti in a little thing? I eat spaghetti maybe 3 times a day. 3 times a day. If I am not eating out, I'm eating spaghetti.
He eats a lot of spaghetti.
Dude, all the time. Like, I'm like, hey, dude, I'll call you after I eat spaghetti. Like, it's even become a meme on Twitch. Like, hey, guys, gotta finish my spaghetti, then get on. And because people think it's a meme. Let me see it.
No, it's not a meme. He really eats spaghetti this much.
Bear, can you vouch that I eat spaghetti way more than a fucking any human being should?
I bought more.
She bought more. That was a response. I just love fucking spaghetti. Context is everything on that fucking. But I love spaghetti. If loving spaghetti's wrong, I don't want to be right.
And he eats it too.
Oh, all the time. All the time. Dude, I've done this before. I'm not proud. Man. This is why I'm fat. I've put in like the white sauce spaghetti, and then like, nope, I'm going to follow it up with a red sauce. I've eaten double spaghetti. It's not good, but it's so good. Oh my God, if we can get a spaghetti sponsor, I would quit my job. I'd quit everything. I'd quit all my businesses.
Just spaghetti, man.
Dude, what if
Why haven't you invested in spaghetti?
I don't know. Bear, have we invested in spaghetti yet? No. We should invest in spaghetti. Just get free
Yeah,
spaghetti.
you'd get a lot of returns just off you buying spaghetti.
Yeah. It's like, damn.
I mean, you should have invested in spaghetti before you started eating spaghetti 3 times a day. You would have been able to drive up the value.
It's just that, like, I'm retired. I can eat whatever the fuck I want, and spaghetti won out. Plus, pizza's too expensive here. Like, you can get spaghetti for, like, pennies, but pizza's like, oh, do you want to take out a loan?
Make your own pizzas.
I could, but, dude, you know why I don't make my own pizzas? I swear to Christ, this is a true story. This is half AM, just in case people are complaining. I don't make my own pizzas for one reason and one reason only. The pizza oven's in the other room. Oh, here we go. Guys, we can get a sponsor. This is the sponsor. It's just big spaghetti. It's 380 grams of spaghetti. Check it out. Number 1. I think prior to my all spaghetti diet, it wasn't number 1. But we boosted to number 1 sales in Japan. If you're in Japan and you go shopping, this is the spaghetti, okay? The international title has nothing on this spaghetti. Big spaghetti. Someone told me it's healthy, but I'm getting fatter, so I'm starting to not believe it. And here's my thing. They said it was healthy spaghetti, but I also don't think they were expecting you to eat it 50 times a day.
Yeah, it's healthy, but there's still portions.
Yeah.
They also probably aren't taking into account the sauce you put on it. Like, the spaghetti's probably healthy. But what about that 90 fucking pounds of Alfredo?
It's pretty good. I got Alfredo and meat sauce. That's my go-to. There you go. International title. I am the international champion of spaghetti. Bam. We put it all together. Bam. We didn't get off topic. Not once. It was full circle. We had it planned out from the beginning. If you believe The Rock giving Cody the match was planned out, then this spaghetti segment was planned out. Thank you. Speaking of something I love as much as spaghetti, Dolph Ziggler, a.k.a. Nick Nemeth. He's getting ready for his big WWE match. So Nick Nemeth, basically the quote is, he'll sink or swim.
Big WWE match?
I mean, sorry, New Japan match. I got spaghetti on my brain. Should we rewind and take 2?
It's too late.
Rewind.
No, I'm not. You know it's not getting edited out. Why'd you rewind?
Yeah, fucking. And then the one person that comments is like, actually, it's no Japan. You almost spoke at 19 hours into your stream. Thank you, random guy on the internet. Nick Nemeth. I'm just gonna read the headline off Wrestling Observer, so don't fuck it up. You know what I mean? Can't fuck it up if I'm reading the headline.
Yeah, I'm sure if you read it, it can't get fucked up.
Nick Nemeth on Sink or Swim New Japan opportunity. So he's been wanting to do this since his WWE release. So there you go. So he's actually like legit nervous, which is kind of cool. And he's like, oh, it's sink or swim. He's at 43 after 19 years of wrestling. You're not supposed to be totally standing up straight, feeling better. You have to keep doing things. So he's really excited. So he says it's a big deal. No matter who you are or what you're doing, this is huge. This is opportunity. If I go out there and give a C+ performance or an A- effort, I don't belong there. And it might get exposed right away. I'm nervous about it. Like I said, I'm confident. But every day I go, this is the big one here. So he's been waiting for this match forever. Here's the thing. I don't think Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, or his brother have been watching the fucking product. C- is fine.
I don't think they've watched David Finlay's matches.
Yeah. Sink or swim, and you got David Finlay? Oh, let's call the Gaijin hotline. Bring. Oh, here it is. Gaijin hotline. Do you know he actually had a good hardcore match? Oh, was it 1v1? No. Did he carry the match? No. Was Will Ospreay in it? Yeah. Sink or swim, and you're going against Finley's son? That's like you're trying to swim into the Atlantic Ocean and you have two giant pieces of shit attached to you. It's not good. Not good.
Point.
Poor,
I just imagine
poor
imagine
Nick
you're
Nemeth.
Dolph Ziggler. You've been hearing for years how talented New Japan is. How like when you go there, the G1, etc. How great they are as wrestling, king of sports. And imagine you're Dolph Ziggler and you're like, I'm gonna show everybody how great I am. And you walk in and they're like, all right, we've got a big match planned for you. We're gonna have you go against one of our rising stars. And you're like, all right, cool, great. I wonder who it's gonna be. This should be fun. I can really show off against someone that the fans like already. And then it's like, all right, go ahead and can you guys send him in? And then David Finlay walks in. You're like, Finley's son? And he's like, yeah, he goes by David Finlay. Yeah, that's Finley's son. You want me to wrestle Finley's son? He's like, my name's David. And he's like, yeah, I know your name, Finley's son. I don't want to wrestle you. And it's
But
like,
here's
well,
the
sir,
thing.
you got to show the world that you can beat Finley's son.
Here's the thing. Finley, you want us to stop calling you fucking Finley's son? Have a good G1, bitch. Oh, go ahead. Bring.
If you can't blow this match out of the water, you ain't getting shit from me, buddy.
Yeah, bring. Actually, shut the fuck up. By real fucking standards of New Japan, have a good fucking match. Not some fucking bullshit where we pretend you're good. Don't believe
here's
me?
the thing.
Have the real Finley challenge. Dude, I shut that shit down. I had a bunch of fucking nerds and even fucking Chris Wikipedia on fucking commentary. He's actually really good. This is the best fucking leader. Okay. The Finley challenge. Here it is. You ready? Here's the fucking Finley challenge. Pick his best match at a G1. And then go to New Japan World. Hopefully it's working. And pick any Bullet Club leader and randomize it in a G1. He's not going to be better.
Watch their matches against Yano.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said randomize. You might win. You might get the Yano. But even then.
I mean, even then.
Even then.
Even then. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. It's like, for Dolph Ziggler, a.k.a. Nick Nemeth, it is like dating your high school sweetheart when she's 48, has 6 kids, and does not look well at all.
Well, here's the flip side of the coin, though. Do you think Finley's nervous? Because, all right, so if I'm Finley,
Yeah.
if you've researched it all, I feel like even if you don't like Dolph Ziggler, if he's in a match, he can put on a good match with anyone. He is that kind of wrestler. He will sell like $1 million and he will make it an entertaining match, no matter who it is. That's one thing you can never take from Dolph Ziggler is he always goes out there and gives his absolute best to put on a good match. He really does. I don't feel like there's ever been a time where I felt like Dolph Ziggler was phoning it in. I always feel like he's trying. And I think that's huge.
Yeah.
So we know he's going to come in and try. And Finley knows he can have a good match with pretty much anyone because WWE regularly would have him do matches. He was their Miz before the Miz. You know what I mean? Like they would have him work with everybody. So I think you have to know he can put on a good match. So if it's a shit match, everybody's going to blame Finley. I don't think anybody's going to blame Ziggler if it's a bad match unless Ziggler goes on to have another bad match after.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Finley's son has no honor. He doesn't give a fuck. He's Ghetto's boy. He doesn't have to put on a good match. And he can hide behind I'm a heel. Here's the thing. You might have fooled some fucking gaijins overseas with your fucking 5-on-5 bullshit. Have a good match here and have a G1. And I'll be the first one to fucking salute you.
If he can't have a good match with Nick Nemeth, then I don't know how he can.
Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting. And all that, but people have to step up. But because here's the thing. They could just go do House of Torture shit. Dolph Ziggler jumps around and then, oh my God, they ran out. I mean, think about it. If you're the king of sports and you're the rebel or House of Shits, you have no honor. You mean nothing. And if you don't want to fucking embarrass yourself, improve like Jay White did.
Well, hold on. Hypothetically,
Yeah,
New Japan and AEW have a working relationship still, right?
that's what they say.
Hypothetically, what if, hear me out,
I'm
let me
listening.
cook. What if they do the typical House of Evil bullshit, where
Mm-hmm.
they come out, they jump him, all that shit. They
Yeah,
jump Nemeth at the end of the match, etc. The usual bullshit.
yeah, yeah.
What if the answer to that is Nemeth calls some friends up, and Jay White's Bullet Club Bang Bang Gang shows up, and they help settle the odds that Nemeth can start having one-on-ones. Huh? Huh?
You want New Japan to go out of business?
I want Jay White back. I just don't want Finlay's son. I'm willing to
You know what?
bring back
Listen,
Jay White's Bullet Club if it means
he
I
had a
can
good
get rid of him.
hardcore match 5-on-5 with Will Ospreay.
No. Damn it.
I don't know.
Just want
Here's
Finlay's
the
son
thing.
to go away.
New Japan lost so much talent that it can't get fucking worse. So
I know.
fucking shine.
That's why I tried to frame it as a 5-on-5 match, because I figured then Ghetto would like it.
Oh, he would have a fucking hard on.
Yeah, he'd be like a
It's like,
10-man
a fucking
stable
77?
feud.
Hold on, Gaijin Hotline. But it's Japan. I just want to let it be known that I did a professional survey because I was going to open up a pro wrestling company. And the professional survey said that Japanese wrestling fans prefer one-on-one matches. Thank you and good night.
That's probably because they don't see him very often.
Yeah. You're probably right. You're probably right. So, we got a one-on-one match. Mr. Bullet Club. Mr. Rebel. Prove it. Prove you're a good wrestler.
Do you think they're gonna do bullshit shenanigans in this match, or they're gonna let him actually wrestle? They gotta let Nemeth actually wrestle in his first match, right?
I don't think so. I think they'll wrestle. I think they'll wrestle for 5 minutes.
That's what my worry is too.
And then bam, they're gonna do run-ins. Because think about it. The reason why is because Nemeth can bring his brother. If they do run-ins, then it's a family thing.
I don't know what kind of math you've been doing, but that's not even numbers.
It doesn't matter, dude. None of it matters. Listen, I want to be wrong. I want it to be good. But here's the thing. It actually has to be good. Just like big spaghetti. It's got to be good.
Wait, is Perry associated with anything yet?
He's going to be in he's in New Japan Strong, which is the American branch, and he's going to be on their Chicago pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
So that's all he's announced for, to the best of my knowledge.
It's funny he's at the Chicago pay-per-view.
Yeah. They're definitely getting a cheap pop or
some
cheap
heel heat.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, more New Japan shenanigans. Okada jumps ship. I describe New Japan as the Titanic made by popsicles. They look a lot bigger, and people think they're sturdier than they really are. But in Ghetto's defense, and President Tanahashi, salute, they are surviving. They are fighting and surviving. The G1 will be a huge test. The World Tag League will be a huge test. When all these guys that are leaving their last shows is going to be a huge test. And Tanahashi's like, we got to make new stars. Well, Okada's pulling a Muda. He's having 57 last matches. And they just announced his last 2 matches. Wow. I wonder if he's going to put people over. I mean, he in Korakuen Hall, he did it. And I love Okada. Maybe he should have put people over. But hey, let's see who he's going against. Oh, night 1. Yoshihashi, Goto, Ishii, and Okada versus the United Empire. Thank you. And night 2. Yoshihashi, Goto, Ishii, Tanahashi, and Okada versus the United Empire and Matt Riddle.
Those suck.
That is the end of the greatest pro wrestler in Ghetto's history. The franchise player for multiple years.
My
That's
guess
how
is
he's
it's
going
because
out.
Okada doesn't want to take a loss on the way out in
I
a
mean,
singles match.
the thing is, I think like for the future he should be taking losses, but let's be honest,
For the
people.
future of New Japan, he should be taking
Yeah,
losses. For the future of Okada,
no, he's just gonna.
he shouldn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
And who's he gonna put over?
I know it's going to sound bad, but if he's leaving the company right now and he's not leaving wrestling, there's no reason for him to go out on his back leaving that company if he's trying to go and elevate himself. He's Okada. Like it's like it's to me it's even bigger than expecting like Hogan to go out on his back when he leaves one company for another cuz this is Okada.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't doing that shit. So it's gonna be interesting. Everything's pointing to AEW. It's not official yet, but everything's pointing that way. And
Probably a big business on March 13th.
yeah, and yeah. So we lost. New Japan lost more free agents. I just say we because I live over here. I apologize, but New Japan is losing a bunch of people. And now Gabe Kidd confirms on Instagram he's also a free agent. And I don't know if this is a work. So it's like, yeah, we lost Will and Okada, but we got to keep Gabe. Or we're just losing another fucking wrestler. Here's the thing. I am a little worried. And salute. I love you, President Tanahashi. Ace, President Ace, you're going to save us. I believe in you. Ghetto, on the other hand, you got to fucking throw that bum to the streets. President Ace, I worry you don't see the real problem. Because you're like, young guys got to step up. I don't think that's the problem. Oh, when people leave, other people have to step up. That's not the problem. The problem is Ghetto. And that's what scares me. It scares me to hell that they are sending out propaganda that people need to step up. Does Shingo need to step up? Why? Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? Who's going to fucking step up where it's going to make sense? Just give us good matches, you piece of poo. Just give us good matches. Your thoughts on New Japan?
I think you're right in that the G1's going to be the big moment for them to create stars because everyone expects the G1 to be great. It's also going to be, though, the G1 used to feature stars from other places too. From my perspective, that was one of the fun things was that, seeing other guys show up to come do the G1 that you knew were great wrestlers added to the G1. It's the same as when the Rumble had more surprises. It added to it. It made it more fun and exciting. I think the G1 this time around needs to lean into that more. They need to get some of those big stars to come if they can. If they can get any of them, that's great. And they need to use that to elevate their rising stars.
And here's the
really
thing.
Spotlight how good they are.
The G1 exposes you to show if you're a great wrestler, an improved wrestler, or a shit wrestler. It exposes you. And they got some great young wrestlers. They got some great mid-carders. But if you're fucking going to do Bullet Club, House of Torture, look at there's the fucking Rail Guards. If you're doing that, it's just fucking done. Because like right now, the one thing about my Japan friends, they're joking. They're like, well, we got to see Will Ospreay's last match. We got to see Okada's last match. And they're like, so who else is leaving so that we can fill up an arena? Like, so people are like, someone has to leave. Someone has to retire to fill up this fucking arena.
Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say is can you really say they're holding it together right now when right now it's still basically the fallout. They've still got Okada wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They still have these people selling tickets. Can you really say they're holding it together right now? I don't think you can say they're holding it together until they're gone.
And Japan isn't as bad as America when it comes to corporate worship, but there is also, they haven't been bad enough long enough for people to not be, oh, well, that's my company. That's my company. I think a lot of people that love corporations will stay a lot longer than others. But unlike America for a very long time, there's a lot of options in Japan. You know, for the longest time, there was no options in America. So that's kind of interesting. So, it's just great wrestling. Put in a lot of effort. Stiff, quick, no rest spots, shorter matches. Like it's so easy to fix. I've never met a Japanese fan here at Korakuen or at Radiant Hall or at the Tokyo Dome or fucking Shibuya or Shinjuku Face. I've never met a wrestling fan where they're like, oh yeah, this is how they fix it. Like, there's not one fucking Japanese wrestling fan that doesn't know how to fix it. It's like, they already know. You know, you don't have to listen to me. Pick a random fucking Japanese guy number 7 off the street. They'll know how to fix it. They'll know how to fix it. They'll know how to fix it. Something that we may never know how to fix. No Way TNA. TNA talent a little upset right now. Scott D'Amore was let go. TNA talent sends letter to Anthem over Scott D'Amore firing. It's pretty long. This was not supposed to be leaked, but pretty much it was. I'm not going to read the whole letter, but it was just pretty much, yeah, you done fucking goofed. And now on the Twitter machine, a lot of TNA wrestlers are putting the hourglass, and it's supposed to represent, who knows, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but it's supposed to represent that their time is up on their contract, they're leaving. And it's some of the best wrestlers in the company. And TNA ratings, now granted, I don't know. I don't know if the connection is here. You know, like, is this happening because of this? Or is this, oh my God, this is just extra snow on the avalanche? The ratings went as under 90,000 viewers. So here's the thing. Is this connected? Maybe, maybe not. But it sure doesn't look good. And the letter. So there you go. Scott D'Amore fired from TNA. Us fans, a little confused. I'm sure some insiders have different theories. The letter was leaked out. They didn't want it to be leaked out. At least Dixie Carter didn't record it. Remember that segment? That was probably one of the worst segments ever. What is your thoughts, Mr. Raccoon?
I think the fact that you have talent writing a letter about it speaks volumes to how beloved he was by talent.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, it's going to do nothing.
Yeah. So I find it kind of interesting because, like, when TNA is at its best, it's really good. And most of the time, it's average. Do some people blindly defend it? Yes. That happens in most companies, but especially North American companies. But yeah, I don't want to see it die, but this is a huge mistake. And here's the thing. People are like, well, it's lived for freaking 20, 50 years. Yeah, but it's not looking good. If you're that much in denial. I did find something interesting. Hashtag, I don't know if it's true. Hashtag, saw it on Twitter. Don't think it's true. Find it hilarious. Feels like it could be true. The more TNA fans put over the product, the less their ratings are. Because I don't know, I feel that way sometimes. I feel like when a TNA fan starts acting... You go ahead.
I think I'm going to say the exact same thing, that every time they get really jazzed about it and I go to watch it, I'm always disappointed. I'm always like, oh, why am I watching this?
And TNA is a pretty solid show with some great athletes. But...
You oversell.
Yeah, the fans oversell. They oversell. Like,
just like when you told us that one Dynamite was amazing and me and Koco went and watched it and all excited for it. We watched it together because we were all excited. And we're like, that wasn't very good. That was just okay. That was very mediocre. What was special here? Are we desperate?
Yeah. I don't know. People just want to be positive. It's just, I want to be positive. So
be accurate.
I think it's when you have the heart and soul of a company be let go, it is something that is very hard to do as a company. It is very hard to do as a company. I have ran tons of companies where I've been the face of the company, and I've seen people handle it perfectly, and I've seen people panic and it go out of business instantly. If TNA does survive, Anthem and the Owl have to do some really hard work. And if you're like, no, Anthem doesn't have to work hard, you're, from the bottom of my heart, a fucking idiot. There you go. And now that, but according to most reports, that the Anthem guys started off by telling a lie. And that's never good. You're like, yeah, you know your heart and soul? Yeah. Here's the thing. Business 101. We're going to take this away from TNA. Business 101. If you are taking over someone that's a corporation, or you're taking over someone that's the heart and soul of a company, you don't fucking say anything bad about them. You come in and you thank them for their services, and you plan out a smooth transition. That's just pro tip. Pro tip.
Also, let's, as well intentioned as writing a letter is, in what world is a corporation ever gonna unfire somebody because a bunch of the other employees wrote a letter saying they liked that person?
I think it had a better chance before it went public. Because now Anthem has to double down. And maybe that's why the athletes, wrestlers, entertainers, that's why they're probably pissed. Because if let's say me and you, we work together, and you say, hey man, I would like yellow M&Ms, but then you leak that out, I don't know, that's a bad example, but I think they had a better shot at getting his job back if it didn't go public. And I kind of wonder if Anthem leaked it, because we don't know who leaked it. Anthem's
I can see Anthem leaking it because it puts them in a position to basically be like, well, too bad.
Yeah. So it's a tough spot. But here's the thing: TNA has been, as a company, has been a fighter. They've had their ups and downs.
Leaked it.
Yeah, Scott D'Amore put it on a lot of people's radars in a good way. So the timing seems a little weird. And now a big chunk of your staff are putting hourglasses on their Twitter machine. And there's some really, really good wrestlers on that list. WWE, AEW, New Japan, Noah. There's a lot, MLW. A lot of people can benefit from an exodus of TNA. So, and it's sad because the TNA name, I was a big fan of TNA, and the TNA name meant something. And you go back, and now you're like, what the hell's going on over here? Because
you did so much to repair your image, and now look at where it is in 2 weeks.
So, but I'm hoping it's a corporation that made a big mistake, and Scott D'Amore didn't do something absolutely horrible. But if he did something horrible, there wouldn't be this many people in the business speaking up for him.
I don't know, unless they just don't know. Because the company's like, well, yeah, we're not going to put that info out there because he could sue us.
Yeah, that's true. Well, watch Anthem be like, dude, this guy eats puppies, or I don't know. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
With pro wrestling,
butt fucking a kitten, and we were like, no more.
The crazy part is, and I'm sure Scott D'Amore is a good guy. I've met him once or twice. But I'm just saying, like, there's probably not a headline at this point for wrestling fans that would shock us. Like, there's not, like, what are you, okay. So, yeah, it's been a crazy time in pro wrestling. But hopefully Scott D'Amore, I don't know if he'll ever get his job back. I mean, what's his name in AEW got his job back? The guy that used to be bald in Florida but now has hair?
QT Marshall?
Yeah, QT Marshall got his job back.
He's a VP.
Yeah. So, who knows? Crazier stuff has happened. But at the same time, it was only like Scott D'Amore's one comment. I mean, not Scott D'Amore. Sorry, QT Marshall's one comment pretty much is what all I read. There wasn't like a big movement for him. There wasn't. So it's an interesting situation. I wish TNA the best. I'm not going to say it's awesome when it's not. I'm not going to shit on it because it's fun. I'm going to try to have a genuine voice. And corporations are not your friend. Corporations are not your friends.
And I'm genuinely curious to see how it plays out.
Yeah, because it's
with him especially. I want to see where he goes, what he does.
Yeah, you don't want to lose all that talent. And who knows? Maybe he runs Ring of Honor. Maybe he gets picked up. But I don't know. Whoever picks him up, as long as he didn't do something horrible, he should be good. All right, the BS. I feel like we spread it to BS throughout the show. I feel like there was a spaghetti talk. There was lobster and crab. Did we do this stream before dinner? Like,
no, you just ate spaghetti.
I did, but that's not my dinner. I'm really fat, dude. I got a spaghetti problem. How do you get over an addiction?
Tell you, but
how do
you just stop doing it?
But it's so cheap and it's so good.
No more.
I can't let it go. We're gonna have
You're gonna have to quit spaghetti.
I can't quit the spaghetti. I can't. It's so great. Oh man, because like nothing is as cheap as spaghetti, as fast as spaghetti, as good as spaghetti. You know what? You might love a corporation, you might worship a corporation, but I worship the spaghetti. I worship the spaghetti. Think about it. What's cheaper than spaghetti? What's easier to cook than spaghetti? What tastes as good as spaghetti? You can't. Ooh, maybe hot dogs. Should I be hot dog man?
I think there are a lot of things that are as good as spaghetti, though. Like,
but we're talking price range. Price range, speed, and flavor. Is there anything that beats it? Like the total package. Spaghetti's like the Will Ospreay of pro wrestling. Our food, sorry. Will Ospreay's the Will Ospreay. Ramen? See, I'm a little burnt out on ramen. I live in Japan. I eat ramen all the time.
I live in America. We eat spaghetti all the time.
Oh, so maybe this is us being David Finlay. We're being Finlay's son. We're the rebels. You're like, oh, I can eat ramen anytime. Give me the spaghetti. And you're like, I can eat spaghetti anytime. Give me the ramen. It's interesting.
Maybe.
Have you had ramen spaghetti yet?
No.
Oh, dude, it's like it sounds gross, but it's delicious. So it's like in this it's like in a saucy. It's a big bowl, and it's like imagine like a sauce and ramen mix, and then like the ramen noodles are a little bit thicker. Oh, you're like, so am I eating ramen? Am I eating spaghetti? It's so confusing, but it's wonderful.
Like, is it ramen in spaghetti noodle sauce?
No, it's like spaghetti sauce and ramen juice mixed up to like this milky, like liquid, like milky thick liquid.
Huh.
And then the noodles are ramen noodles, but they're thicker, so it tastes like spaghetti. Maybe, dude, if you come to Japan, we got to eat it. That'll be like our world peace, Like I'm spaghetti man, you're ramen man.
Spaghetti ramen.
Spaghetti ramen. We're making it happen.
Let's meet in the middle. I'm shocked you don't eat it all the time.
I would, but it's very rare.
Oh.
I'm the spaghetti man. Oh, never been defeated by the ramen man. Oh. That's hilarious or not at all, depending on if you watch a great TV show. I love that show. I finished it. The show is Sunny in Philadelphia. It's very old, but I marathoned it really quick, and I miss it so much. I wish
on the BS?
More episodes. What's that?
Are we on the BS?
Yeah, we're on the BS.
Or are we just BS thing?
Yeah,
I have to make sure.
Yeah. You're like, are we still on TNA?
Did you see the thing that about how Spider-Man 4 should be a street level movie with Daredevil and Spider-Man against Kingpin?
Yes, and I love it. I love it with all my heart. Make it happen. Just make it happen. Street level.
I want
Daredevil, Spider-Man, Kingpin, and also Kingpin. Don't watch Echo. It's just rough.
I think it'd be cool though, because if there are two characters there that both of them have very plausible reasons to not involve other people. Daredevil likes to do everything on his own. For instance, he's not calling the Avengers or anyone else to come help deal with anything. And Spider-Man is
been
very
forgotten.
much, I'll handle it. I'm not going to call those people to
Well, you
help.
also got to remember too, in the MCU, no one knows who Spider-Man is anymore because of Doctor
Oh,
Strange.
that's true. He's a nobody. That's even better.
Yeah.
That's even better.
You know what? That really worked in the movie, but saying that part out loud seems like it wouldn't work. You're like,
What?
oh, Doctor Strange made everyone forget about Spider-Man. Like, that's a sentence you don't think would work, but it did.
Why? It's magic.
It is magic. Ooh, the magic.
They almost destroyed the multiverse trying to do it.
Yeah. That was what
Because
Phase
he
4
kept
and 5
changing
did.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Marvel Jesus is here to save us. That and Fantastic Four's coming out. Dude, let me tell you, if they make another bad Fantastic Four, I will fucking weep like a goddamn child in the movie
I
theater.
liked the other one.
Which one? The one where it was
The
like
first one.
the wait, which one?
The first one with Captain America.
Oh yeah, that's not the first one, but yeah, that's the first mainstream one.
Oh.
Dude, what a fucking Fantastic Four
was
snob I
great.
was. Tell me that wasn't the biggest Fantastic Four snob you've ever fucking heard in your life.
It was pretty bad.
Sorry, man. What if they already cast it, but can you imagine casting Chris Evans again and just acting like he's not Captain America? Be like, you look like
still
someone.
would love it if they did that with him eventually. I think it'd be funny.
Yeah. I mean, they got timelines and all that shit now. Deadpool will figure it out. He'll save us. Dude,
Thanks, Deadpool.
let me tell you something. If Deadpool, let's just say, I love Deadpool, you love Deadpool. I saw Logan last night. Fuck, it still makes me cry
Right.
like a bitch. You like Wolverine, I like Wolverine. What if it fucking sucks like Ant-Man? What if it fucking, like, dude, are we done? Are we done? Do we just fucking head on over to DC and be like, who's this fucking bat fella?
Hold on. Are you saying that if the Deadpool movie sucks?
Yeah, like, I don't think it will. I
Won't
don't think
happen.
it will. I don't think. But let's live in a universe. Let's say there's a timeline where it fucking sucks. Like She-Hulk's there and he fondles his fucking She-Hulk dick and fucking then I don't know. Just imagine if She-Hulk's there.
Why is this going to be bad?
Have you seen the She-Hulk series?
I haven't seen her dick.
Well, okay, I mean, a bad example, but maybe she just fucking dicks up the place. I love She-Hulk, the comic. Remember when fucking Bruce had to save her and then she turned into She-Hulk and it was actually a good origin story?
It was a haunting, horrible thing that Bruce had done that added to his legacy of regret. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd have been good.
Yeah, that could
Kevin Froggy, where the fuck were you on that one, buddy?
Why do you keep calling him Froggy?
Because I don't think I say his name right, so I might as well go all in on the mistake. I think it's Kevin Foggy. We've had this. We do. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is a weekly segment on the BS.
Every time, because you keep calling him the wrong names.
That's why I call him Kevin Froggy. You can't fuck up if the name's so ridiculous.
That's fair.
Yeah, he's Kevin Froggy from here on out.
It's Kevin Federline.
I don't know why that got me as good as it did. Oh, man. So, yeah. Oh, Fantastic Four. Dude, it's got to be good.
I expect that movie to suck.
I'm scared it's going to suck.
Yeah, I expect that movie to suck.
You know how, like, Kevin Smith, when he's really happy, he records himself crying? If Fantastic Four sucks, should I pull a Kevin Smith but cry like real fucking man tears? Be like, why can't anyone get Fantastic Four right? It's the first family. The Incredibles did it.
See, it doesn't matter because they're never going to try my favorite version of Fantastic Four.
Who's that?
I'll give you a hint. It wasn't the actual Fantastic Four.
All right. The Fantastic Eight?
No, dude, you don't remember when they had the stand-in team?
Remind me. I read a lot of Fantastic Four. Give me the members. Give me the members. Remember, help me with the member berries. I'm old.
The Hulk.
All right.
Ghost Rider. Spider-Man. And Wolverine.
All right, first off, that's just a fucking wet dream fantasy. That never happens. And if it did, show me.
It did.
Oh my god!
It did happen.
Well, it was like one of those special episodes.
The Final Fantasy team wasn't in the universe, so they became the Fantastic Four temporarily.
Really? I gotta read that.
Yeah.
I only read the original shit. Now I feel
Yeah.
like a fool.
Yeah,
What is like the best one-off comic that you liked? I got a couple. Like, remember when Spider-Man was sapped and he turned into Hulk for one episode? It was like Spider-Hulk. Oh, that was such a good one-off.
Wait, favorite comics?
Like a one-off. Like, oh, it doesn't go anywhere.
Oh,
Like
Marvel
Thor
Zombies.
versus Hulk. I read that a million times.
Oh God, Batman versus Spawn.
Oh man, I never read that one, but that sounds good.
Yeah, I loved Batman versus
Was
Spawn.
okay. I know this is gonna be a dick. Was
Batman
it OP
wins the whole time. It's very stupid,
Oh yeah, OP Batman. I hate
but
OP
it's
Batman.
cool.
That's why I like the Batman.
You know,
He's not
he
OP.
assumes Spawn's a bad guy, and he's kicking Spawn's ass over and over until he realizes Spawn's a good guy.
Is there anything worse than OP Batman?
No, that's part of why I hate Batman. Everybody
Yeah.
bitches about Superman, but at least Superman makes sense.
Yeah.
Superman, the story, the issue Superman deals with isn't whether he'll be strong enough to beat the person or have a long enough time to come up with a plan. It's usually about not hurting people and not damaging shit.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I love Batman. I think Batman's way better than Superman. I'm not a DC guy, but that's my take. OP Batman is the worst of both worlds. Like when I fucking sit there and we have these little stupid comic debates and
I
someone
can
goes,
beat anyone if I've got enough time.
yeah, dude,
it's
I
like,
fucking
great.
hate it. Be like, oh, Doomsday, if I had enough time to cook a burrito, like, it's like, shut the fuck up, Batman. Just shut the fuck up. That's why Batman versus Ninja Turtles, he's OP. I was like, fuck this. How you gonna have? I hate OP Batman.
I hate OP Batman because a lot of OP Batman is just it hinges on other people not coming and messing with Batman. Basically, Batman sits somewhere and meticulously plans how to deal with a problem and then goes and just wrecks something. And it's like, well, okay, but what if hypothetically this person was also trying to kill Batman? Like, people will be like, oh, if Batman and Superman ever fought, Batman would blah, 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 because he's got all this kryptonite, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, but if
Superman just
was
flew and
actually
shot
trying
you?
to kill him, he never gets that chance. Like Superman, where's he hiding? Is he spending months and months hiding somewhere, planning to fight Superman, while Superman flies around?
And how far can his laser eyes go? I don't know.
Pretty
I
far.
don't think Superman. I don't think Superman fucks up the world as much as he could.
No, he doesn't. That's a whole part of like some of the big spin-off or alternate universe stories making Superman evil is to show if Superman really were evil or weren't trying to be the best person possible, it would be an absolute nightmare.
Because let's say Batman has 16 years to get ready for Superman. The bitch flies and shoots lasers out of his eyes.
Yeah, you're not getting ready.
Like, what the fuck?
And
is
he's
this?
bulletproof.
Yeah. You'd have
In fact,
to,
the only reason Batman knows he's weak to kryptonite is because they're friends.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
the
the
only
only yeah. I don't know. That's
and
why
let's
I
not
like
even
the
go into
Batman.
kryptonite and how absurd kryptonite is at this point. How can they keep finding more? So many of these kryptonite shards have been blown up and everything, but they keep finding more and more. How many of these shards from this planet so far away got to Earth?
Yeah. It's a good point. And not only that, but like, how high is the market price? You know, you don't
Right?
think
And
you don't think
Lex Luthor,
Zales you don't think Zales is gonna lock up kryptonite and jack up the price?
not even Zales, his main competitor's Lex Luthor, who can also go as crazy with money.
Yeah. Like, what? Here's the thing.
And that's the other thing. Everybody always points out how Batman could beat Superman because kryptonite, etc. As if Lex Luthor isn't essentially just Batman.
Yeah.
Except his only thing is he doesn't want justice. He just hates Superman.
Why? Yeah. As a non-DC guy, I thought it was very Naruto of like, this guy just hates these people for no fucking reason. Like, calm down, buddy. What is he, John Cena? Oh wait, now it makes sense.
Who, Lex Luthor?
Yeah, no. Like hating Superman so much. Why is he
Oh.
John Cena? Why do you hate him so much?
People really hate Superman. You don't like Superman.
I don't
much.
like Superman, but you know what? I think OP Batman is starting to make me like Superman more. I don't know if that's the point of OP Batman. Like, I used to be a Batman, Flash, Green Arrow guy. And it's serious Green Arrow. Like, when Green Arrow was fucking little fucking turkey ass, no thank you. But serious Green Arrow is pretty good. I like those guys. But
what I like about
OP
it,
Batman's starting to make me like Superman. You know what's weird though? Because I'm a sexism. I actually think Supergirl is a million times better than Superman.
you just like looking up her skirt, pervert.
I mean, that's a possibility, but I think her story is better. Like she
Yeah.
lands on a planet, she has to protect him, but he's already grown up. What does she do? I kind of like that. It
I mean,
adds
it's a
like
neat
character to
story
him.
and everything.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
like Superman because when you have Superman facing a villain that he's never faced before, that's super strong, etc., he's not trying to just. He doesn't come in full force trying to just kill the villain right away
Yeah, Spider-Man
or
has that
obliterate.
going for him now
He
in the
tries
later
to talk
episodes.
to him. He tries to like. He tries to reason with him. He tries to find any alternative method he can, other than killing them. He tries to find every possible alternative. That's what I like about Superman. Is Superman tries to find the best possible solution all the time for everyone, not just himself, for everyone.
Makes sense. Makes sense. You know
He's
what?
a good dude.
I think my hatred for OP Batman is winning me over on Superman. I don't know if that was planned by DC, but it is.
Well, here's my thing. Look at why they're doing what they're doing.
With
Why is
OP
Superman
Batman.
doing it? Because Superman feels like he should protect the planet because he's part of the planet and he loves it.
Yeah, I'm with
That's
you.
why Superman's doing it. He's not doing it for like some crazy ass reason. Why is Batman doing it?
Revenge.
Because he's unhinged.
He's
If
justice.
Batman went to therapy one time, he would stop being Batman.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Because he'd realize that his money could be used to make a bigger, greater impact on the world
Stupid
other
therapy,
ways.
no Batman.
Think about this. All the
Awesome.
money that he spends on being Batman. Think about how much money that is. If
That's a
he
lot.
spent that money on actually improving the city of Gotham and making the city of Gotham better, tell me that's not a better way to use it. Instead, he dresses up and fights crime.
Here's the thing. If he's not OP, I'm like, he's just a fucking psychopath. I love him. But if he's OP and he's so fucking smart, how come he doesn't do what the raccoon says?
I think the problem is Batman within Batman's universe in Gotham and everything is great. Batman within Batman's world is phenomenal.
Dude, I've been watching animated series because it's on Netflix here. Dude, it's so good.
10 of 10.
10
10 of 10. Same with the other one. Fuck. Batman Begins?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
You know the one I mean, the
Batman
futuristic
Beyond
one?
in the future?
Yeah. That one's great too.
Yeah.
But the problem comes when you take Batman out of Batman and try to put him into bigger problems. You have to make him so ridiculously OP to make it make sense. Because, like, think about it. Look at the Avengers. Not the Avengers. Look at the Justice League. Look around the table. Look around at all the people around the table. Everybody there
Flash,
instantly
Wonder
makes
Woman,
sense.
Aquaman.
The only one you have to explain is why is Batman here? Because really, they don't need Batman. They don't. They don't need Batman.
No.
He doesn't really bring anything to the table. The only reason that they end up needing Batman is because they make everyone else dumber so that they can make Batman the smartest guy.
Yeah. And I'm starting to think, granted, this is a little meme territory. You see a little of the Batman cartoons. I'm starting to think they act dumb so he can pay rent.
They do. They act dumb so that Batman can be the smartest guy in the room. I'm telling you, you go read their comics by themselves, and they're all smarter. But then when Batman's around, they all become dumb. They're like you could see. I just imagine
Like
all
they
these
do that a lot
superpowered,
with
really strong guys.
What's his name? Martian Manhunter. Is that his name? Who's the green guy in DC? Is it Martian Manhunter? Yeah. When he's around Batman, that motherfucker's acting dumb. Because when he's not around Batman, he's like a fucking genius. Maybe that's Batman's superhero power. What if he's a mutant and he just makes people dumb around him?
No, I think it's all of them are being really nice to him because he's the one normal guy in the group, so they're all being super nice. Like imagine they're all outside this building that's on fire, and they're like, so Superman's thinking in his head, I could just fly right up there, blow my ice breath, fire's gone. This is done, dealt with. We fly out everybody. No
Aquaman's like, bitch, please, I got this shit.
They've all got solutions in their head for how this can be done in seconds. And they're like, so Bruce, what do you think we should do? Yeah, Batman. You got any good ideas? We don't know what to do, Batman. Yeah, Bruce, we really need your ideas, Bruce. He's like, we could.
Hold on. Can I?
Fly up there and save people. Yeah, Superman, you fly through and save people. Uh, uh. Also, Flash, take this canister. It's got gas in it. It's like a fire extinguisher. Go detonate it in the middle of the fire. It'll put it out. And then run everybody else out in the building while Superman flies around. I'm glad you guys are here to help me execute my plan.
Or I've been giggling for this about 5 minutes, so let me cook for a second. Or Black Adam comes by and says, "Hey, let it burn down, and then don't cover the insurance and try to buy the land and let their people back in."
Is this part of his long con to get to face Superman?
Yes. He's like, no, Black Adam comes by and like, hey man, just let it fucking burn. And then we won't have the insurance companies fucking recover it. And then if they go to rebuild, we'll stop them and we'll lock them out of their own land. Even if they bring their own mobile vehicles or fix the house themselves, we'll lock them out of their own land and wait them out. Look it up.
You know, the absurdity of that whole The Rock thing to me is
well, it's more than Rock. Rock's the face of it, but it's corruption from top to bottom.
Yeah, but Rock not wanting to be in Shazam as the villain of Shazam.
We were talking about two different things. I was talking about
the I know. I just started thinking about that when I started thinking about The Rock after you started saying Black Adam. It's just like, how absurd is that? That would be like if Reverse Flash wanted his own movie, but he didn't want Barry Allen in it. He's like, yeah, I want to be Reverse Flash, but I want to face Superman. Okay. It's literally the same thing. It's literally the same thing as if Reverse Flash was like, I want to fight Superman. No, you're the villain of the Flash.
I think the Flash, Batman, everyone loves Batman. Everyone loves Joker. But OP Batman has really lowered his ranks. So Flash is my favorite. Warner Brothers, sit the fuck down. How are you going to have a time traveling movie where Barry doesn't ask Reverse Flash to, spoilers, to kill his mother, and then he goes, beg me? How? It's the most epic moment in the history of history. How the fuck have you made Flash movies without that scene? WB?
I don't know. It's the same, though, you could be saying for Spider-Man. How do you not have some of the most iconic... Like, all right, I'll give you a great example.
Oh, Spider-Man's got a good one.
There's a Spider-Man sequence where he goes to the prison that Kingpin's in, and he takes off his whole costume and beats the fuck out of the Kingpin in front of everybody. Beats the ever-living shit out of him and tells him he's going to come back and keep doing it.
Ooh, maybe that's what Spider-Man 4 is.
I mean, it would be epic. Yeah. And if I remember, it's been a while. I think the reason was Kingpin had basically put Aunt May's life in danger, or made an attempt, or had put out the word or something like that. I think it had something to do with Aunt May, and this was basically Peter Parker showing like, brother, that's the line, and you've crossed it, and it's gonna get ugly for you.
Oh man. Well, the crazy part about the whole Spider-Man thing is I still got to read the one where Doc Ock and him switch brains. There's like a version of Spider-Man, and everyone says it's amazing. I haven't read it. So yeah, because that's the one where Doc Ock finds out that Spider-Man can kill people instantly, but doesn't. So it adds a little bit of a Superman to Spider-Man, and you don't know that until Doc Ock switches brains with him. He like punches.
Oh, like he's strong enough that he can.
Yeah. And I thought it was a nice touch. It was definitely stolen from Superman, but
yeah. But I mean, it makes perfect sense. The guy holds Bus's back, but then is punching and fist fighting regular people. He's definitely throwing work punches.
Yeah, that, and also too in the video games, I always like Spider-Man and Batman don't kill each other. You play the games, like I'll just throw him off a 50-foot building. He's fine.
Right. I've done that so many times in the Spider-Man games where I just boot somebody off a roof to their death. And it's like, well, I don't kill anybody.
I don't know. There's a YouTuber that did Batman, and he's like, yeah, just throw these batarangs. He's like, he's dead. No, he's not. He's just sleeping. I don't kill.
Oh yeah. Well, it was It was a College Humor skit back in the day
Oh,
where
remember when College Humor was funny? Whatever happened to College Humor?
they went bankrupt, I think.
Oh,
I don't remember why. But it was a running skit they had. The guy ended up getting his own TV show eventually. But it was a running skit where I think it was Pete Holmes would do the Batman impression. And
yeah.
they're all gold, but one of them was that one where he's like he thinks everybody's asleep
He's like,
and he's not killing anybody. He's just they're sleeping and that's all it is.
yeah, yeah.
He also has the other one where he's with Bane and Talia al Ghul and he's talking about how he banged Talia al Ghul and Bane's just so disgusted by him the whole time. Or the one where he can't solve the Riddler's riddle and the Riddler's getting mad at him because he's so stupid because he gave him an intentionally easy riddle and he's like, this was supposed to just be the first the riddle, so you know I'm the Riddler. It wasn't supposed to be hard, and he's guessing so awful. And even the hostage is telling him, like, no, listen, it's this. And he's like, that's not it.
Do you remember the campy Batman? My favorite campy Batman was like, it was a riddle, and he's like, what's dangerous in a tree? And he's like, a sparrow with a machine gun.
Nice.
You know what? I think that's enough BS. But we mentioned
It would have
sparrows
been
with
funnier
machine
if he
guns.
said a robin with a machine gun.
Oh, would have made a lot more sense. They really fucked up.
Yeah.
They really fucking dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah.
But then
he says a bird and he doesn't go for the one bird that he has as a sidekick. What? A robin with a machine gun would have hit twice.
Here's my thing. Okay. Which one is dumber? The original Batman doing riddles? Or we're talking campy Batman? Or Hulk getting angry? Because as a kid, you don't realize how stupid some of those scenes were. Like Hulk gets mad because he can't get a change for a phone.
Well, yeah, that was the idea, was that Hulk had uncontrollable rage. So
No, but Bruce Banner was this. Yeah.
Yeah, but the idea was that even small things that would frustrate him, because he couldn't control that anger, it would snowball and spiral out of control.
I'm just saying, go back and watch it. Some of them are fucking cheese.
They are, but they make sense within the context of he's a bubbling.
Are they?
Okay.
Are they free domain yet? They're wild before they're free domain.
But you got to think about it this way. The idea here is that he's so pent up with rage and frustration all the time that these little things are enough to make him snap and become the Hulk. And it's not because that little thing is enough. It's that's the straw. That's how boiled over the Hulk is inside of him.
It's like, Rah!
Yeah, so don't shit on the Hulk, buddy.
I say you go back and watch it.
You go back and watch She-Hulk.
No.
Then
we
no
didn't have
you.
You didn't have to make this be personal. You didn't have to make this personal. I love She-Hulk, the comic. What out of all the comic book to movie, what is the biggest letdown you've ever had? I mean, original Deadpool, She-Hulk, because me and you are pretty big She-Hulk fans, so we were excited at first. I don't know.
Captain America.
Like the British one or the real Captain America?
Yeah, the old one.
Oh yeah, that was rough.
I remember I rented the VHS because I saw it on a shelf when I was a kid, and I was like, "Oh, Captain America!"
And
I remember it was awful.
I remember he always kept stealing cars.
It led to me finding the Trauma movies though, with the Toxic Crusader.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched those in years. Do they still hold up?
No, there's a new one coming though.
Oh, that should be pretty cool.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage I think plays the main character.
Oh, that's cool. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work because I didn't know he was that small.
The Toxic Avenger?
Yeah.
No. They're recasting. He wasn't that small in the comics, or in the TV show, or movies, or games. I don't know.
Peter Dinklage, so he's got to be small now, right?
Do you think? I don't know, because didn't Peter Dinklage, isn't he the one that was like the giant thing in Thor?
Oh, that's true.
So maybe they just zoom him up.
But what if they don't though? Could you imagine like a little Toxic Crusader with like?
I don't know. Is it more scary?
Would he have a normal size mop, or would he have a him size mop?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like would he fight with a normal mop or just a little mop?
I don't know, Because I think like if he has a normal size mop, he could get like some Kung Fu Panda Donatello moves in.
That's true. That he could do some seriously cool. But is that wieldy for him as a little person?
I don't know. I'm not the right person to answer this.
Well, you should be. You're pretty small.
I'm 5'11" and fat. I don't
You're
think I'm small.
5'6".
I do have back problems. I'm in so much back pain that I think I'm turning into Hulk Hogan and shrinking. My posture sucks.
G-Man's
my
taller than you.
G-Man is fucking tall as fuck. Don't let that fucking fool you.
Dude, no.
G-Man is 9 feet tall.
In Twitch chat, G-Man said, "I am 6 foot on the dot," and I've seen you next to G-Man, and
there's no way G-Man is 6 foot. Should I call him?
Yeah,
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let's
call
see.
him.
I normally don't do this, but I like busting his balls. I wouldn't do this to anyone else.
He'll confirm it.
All right. Hold on.
Ask him. Am I only 5'6"?
Yeah, hold on. He's asking me if I'm going to the shows. I'm going at all 3. And then we'll put a little smiley face. There you go. Okay, hold on. Let's call him. I don't know if he'll answer. Is there a Noah show going on right now?
I don't know. That'd be hilarious. What if G-Man pulls out his phone in a match?
I don't think there is. I could be wrong.
Could you imagine just in the middle of the match, he just pulls a phone out of his tights like a little Nokia?
Be awesome.
Oh my God, it's Koco. He puts it back.
All right, I don't think he's there. I'm gonna say call ended, and I'm gonna say how tall are you?
He's 5'6".
Tall are you? I bet you. Do you think he has it? Yeah. They gotta have. Does he have a Wikipedia page?
G-Man, he is 6 foot 1 inch.
There's no fucking way. He's
I'm looking at it right here. 6
G-Man, Noah.
How much taller do you think he is than you? Probably. Would you say probably about like?
He's fucking humongous. All right,
like half a foot taller than you.
Height.
Maybe like you're like 5'6", maybe, and he's like 6 foot.
Let me see. All right, G-Man, professional wrestler, fandom. All right, is this? Yeah, it is. All right, hold on. I need a height. 6'4". Damn.
No, you misread that.
That's right here. 6'4". I'm reading this off prowrestling.fandom.com.
That's his kayfabe height. That's his kayfabe height.
I don't know.
His real height is 6 foot even.
Where are you getting this?
You're much shorter.
Where are you getting this?
I Googled it.
You Googled nothing.
Yeah,
you Googled nothing.
G-Man shoot height 6 foot. Koco shoot height 5'6".
There we go.
I hope next time he sees you, he calls you little guy.
I mean, no, he actually calls me Big Coke because I told him who sponsored ACW.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "What's up, Big Coke?"
Yeah.
Anyway,
we
almost had our first guest on Wrestle AM. You know what?
Almost.
Should we book him and just ask him one question next week? Be like, G-Man, how tall are you?
How are we gonna book him? We'd have to have a set time.
Yeah, that's true. We don't really have a set time. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of interviewing people. It only happens 3 ways.
We should have a special G-Man episode.
Yeah.
Just us
have
and
G-Man.
Wrestle AM, keeping it G.
Hell yeah. G-Man in house. Anyway, I'm going to see him 3 times this week.
First question.
I'm probably going to see G-Man more than my wife
Have you ever met Batista? Second question. How big was his dick?
It's not bad. We got ourselves a fucking
First
plan.
2 questions planned.
Yeah.
Third question.
How many questions do you have to do in an
Vince
interview?
McMahon sexually assault you? Would you like to talk about it?
Yeah. And then we got the height.
Well, we already know that. I Googled it. 6 foot.
He's 6'4", according to
He's 6
Fandom,
foot and you're 5'6".
Stardom, fucking .net. I don't know what the site was.
I can't believe you have him kayfabing that his height is 6'4", so you feel taller.
No, I'm just saying.
The same reason you walk around with an average height woman and pretend she's a giant.
In my defense, my wife is 9'8".
She's average height.
I'm just I'm really just 5'2".
Into it.
I'm 5'2", and all these people are 5'6".
Yeah, you're short. Let's just accept it. I mean, come on. Hakimi
No.
even has a little Dave Koco in his rugby league, and he's small.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, anytime in their Twitch community they make me, I'm always short.
That's not my doing.
Yeah, yeah.
They
You're
do
pure
that on their
evil.
own.
You're pure evil.
I have nothing to do with them making you tiny.
You marry a tall woman, and all of a sudden you're fucking the toxic
You're Kevin
Avenger.
Hart.
You're like, oh, he's the toxic Avenger.
Do you ever feel like Kevin Hart next to her Rock?
Maybe. She is tall.
The most electrifying woman in spaghetti industry.
Yep, I'm gonna go eat spaghetti. All right, like, comment, subscribe. If you made it this far, say I'm a real one and put 215. We've been going on for 2 hours now.
And if you're a real one, you could also say your most cost-efficient food.
Yeah,
It's not spaghetti.
What do we got? Team Spaghetti. What is cheaper, faster, and tastier than spaghetti? Nothing.
Rice.
Nothing. I mean, but rice, you gotta add shit. Oh, I guess we gotta add shit to spaghetti.
Yeah. You have to add sauce to the spaghetti.
Oh, but I'm in Japan. I can't ask anyone if they prefer spaghetti. All right. Fuck Team Cody, Team Rock. Are you Team Rice or Team Spaghetti? Or Team Ramen? You know? Draw that. Ramen is Roman in this conversation. Like, he's there. And he's been there for a long time. But he's really not that important.
I don't know. I think ramen reigns.
Oh. The rice? Ramen reigns?
Yeah,
And Cody
reigns.
Spaghetti. I think we got it. The American Spaghetti. All right. We got it. Book it. Do we have a budget to animate that?
No.
All right, just check it.
I don't think so.
All right. I didn't expect this to go 2 hours and 15 minutes because I got to buy a bunch of tickets and do a bunch of business stuff. But if it wasn't for SidsLight, I probably wouldn't be making as much content because I've been crazy busy helping people. So I want to see someone go. I want to see someone go like, fuck yeah, SidsLight. He's so fucking hot and sexy. I love him.
I don't care. I already replied to the comment with an LOL.
Did you?
Yeah. After you told me, I went and found it and just wrote LOL.
Do we read it or no?
I wrote like, no. They said I'm Sid is annoying.
Understandable.
He says the dumbest things and goes off topic.
See,
And
here's the thing.
That was what made me put a laugh emoji, was the goes off topic. As if you are the most coherent on topic person in the world.
Here's the
Come
thing.
on.
I think both of us go off topic a lot.
I got called a banana while in a fucking banana parade. It's like everybody else has a banana costume. He's like, yeah, but I don't like you, banana.
How dare you, banana?
No.
Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Check out SidsLight on everything. Check out KocoSports on everything. And I have to do a big Noah review. Dude, so much has happened, and I just eat spaghetti and go to sleep.
Yep,
Listen, if it wasn't for SidsLight, my life would be eating spaghetti and sleeping. That'd be my life.
There'd be no wrestling.
No wrestling, only spaghetti.
Just for him. It would be his private wrestling.
I did go to a couple private wrestling events. That was kind of cool.
He would probably only watch WrestleMania for WWE.
No, I'd probably watch the Royal Rumble and the pay-per-views. I don't know. The pay-per-views ain't too bad. And I'll watch the highlights of my favorite guys. But I don't know if I'd watch Raw or SmackDown. That's tough.
No, you won't even do it now.
Yeah, I know. I do watch the highlights, though. By highlights, I mean Cody, Roman, and Nakamura. And Finn.
And
basically, if they wrestled in New Japan, and Roman Reigns.
There are truth.
Yo, R-Truth. I do love some R-Truth. All right. Did I say like, comment, subscribe? I think I did. And with that, I am over. Check out SidsLight on everything. At SidsLight. Do it. You do it now. Goodbye.